get you set with.
That's your look between the pipes, brought to you by Alpine Credits. It's Steinberg and Aaron Vickers along with you as we approach 20 minutes from puck drop on this Monday night, and Flames are kicking off another tough road trip here, Vicks, and against a very good, potentially ornery Maple Leafs team. They've got a chance, though, the Flames do, against a quality opponent to get this trip off on the right foot.
Yeah, and we're starting to get to that non-negotiable phase of the schedule where, given how congested it is in that playoff chase in the West, you can't afford any lapses because there's just, by sheer volume of teams you're competing with for that final wild card spot, somebody's gonna, on any given night, collect 1 or 2 points, and being on the outside looking in, you've got to get off to that right positive step on this road trip. 4 and 6 nights, not the easiest of road trips, but you're not playing world beaters. Wilsey laid out the case of the Toronto Maple Leafs flipping around some lines and not necessarily being satisfied with where they are. You've got to take advantage whenever you can. Kicking off this road trip on a positive note is absolutely critical to put the Flames in a situation where they can come away from this 4-gamer feeling good about themselves.
We are now less than 20 minutes away from puck drop. Enjoy the game, Vicks. Appreciate it.
Thank you. You too.
Aaron Vickers on Twitter at AA Vickers. My name is Pat Steinberg. This is your Flames warm-up pregame show, and stay with us during tonight's postgame show for the save of the game, brought to you. The better way to build. Time now for some Flames strategy on this Monday night as Martin Pospisil has 4 goals and 21 points in 65 games so far this season. Let's check in with Martin Pospisil in conversation with Derek Wills. A little Flame strategy right now.
Bill, and after a 2-2-2 road trip, 1-1-1 homestand, your thoughts on how the team's been playing of late?
Yeah, I mean, like last couple of games was pretty good, but we need to score more goals. You know, we need to going to the net more, and some nights it's gonna be that also other guys need to score. You know, only Hubie and the Cats. So hopefully I'm gonna score tonight, and of course there's some frustration. That I can score more goals, and also other guys. So I think we still have a couple games to improve it, and every game is going to be important. So it's like a playoff. So I'm super excited, and it's good to win the first game on the road. So super excited.
We've got to score more goals is something this team has been saying all season long. Obviously, easier said than done, but there does seem to be belief in this dressing room that you guys.
And trying to shoot as much as we can.
Goals for have been hard for you guys to come by, but goals for have also been hard for your opponents to come by. Can you talk about how this team plays defensively and how you guys make it so difficult for the other team to score on most nights?
I think it's starting with the work ethic. I think we're trying to be the team that it's hard to play against, and we're trying to skate and being physical. So I think we're just missing the goals, but otherwise I think we're playing pretty good. Both goalies are unreal, and they're giving us a chance every night. So we just have to find out to score more goals.
Earlier you talked about Nazem Kadri and Jonathan Huberdeau and how they've led this team offensively. You played with them earlier in the season. You played with them in the last game. It looks like you're going to start tonight's game playing on the right side of that line. What do you bring to what they bring, which is offense and I think a good 200-foot game as well?
Yeah, I mean, definitely I know what they're doing in that line. trying to win the battles and being physical, and just create more space for them. Once when they get the puck in the offensive zone, it's hard to defend them. So just being hard on the forecheck, play simple, and they will do the rest of it.
You talk about the playoffs, and at this point in time last season, playoffs weren't realistic for the Flames. You guys are right in the thick of it this year, 2 points out, but you've got multiple games in hand and all the teams you're fighting with. How much fun is it for you in your second season in the NHL to be fighting for a Stanley Cup playoff spot like this?
Yeah, I mean, it will be kind of dream come true, playing playoffs, and I know we still have 17 games left, but I'm taking each night like a playoff game and preparing for the playoffs. I know we can do that, and I have belief in this group that once when we will get there, then we can be a really hard team to play against. And in the playoffs, you never know what can happen. So just try to win as many games till the end of the season, and then you never know what can happen.
Last one for you, Marty. Big game to get this road trip going tonight here in Toronto. What are you guys going to have to do to beat the Maple Leafs tonight?
Yeah, you have to play kind of with a you mindset, yeah. Because we know they're a really good team. They have a good group of forwards, and especially in D zone, you don't want to spend much time in D zone, and just play hard and trying to go into the net and score some greasy goals, and then everything can open up, and then we can play and score some more great goals.
Well, Marty, I'm looking forward to seeing you with Naz and Hubie tonight. Thanks for doing this, and good luck against the Leafs.
Thank you.
That is Martin Pospisil. Sure do like the way he phrased it, the darn you mentality for tonight's game. See if the Flames bring that mentality against the Toronto Maple Leafs, as we are now less than 15 minutes away from puck drop. This is your Flames warm-up pregame show. Our last stop before we set the scene is our out-of-town scoreboard, brought to you by your Alberta Ford dealers. If you're looking for a truck that's smart and tough, get yourself into the 2024 Ford F-150. For details, visit your Alberta Ford store or Ford.ca today. Okay, underway on the NHL ice right now on a 5-game night. Buffalo leads Boston 1-0 in the first period. Flyers and Lightning are scoreless in the first. Same score New Jersey and Columbus in the first period. And one other game still to come, about half an hour away from puck drop in Minnesota for the Wild and Los Angeles Kings. That's your out-of-town scoreboard, brought to you by your Alberta Ford dealers. And now another important road trip kicks off for the Flames. 4 games in 6 days, and it starts this evening in Toronto. That'll start to wrap us up on our Flames warm-up pregame show. Derek Wills, Megan Mickelson standing by. They'll set the scene for you around the corner for the second time this year. It's the Flames. It's the Maple Leafs. It's a one-anthem night, and it's coming your way next. This is Calgary Flames hockey on Sportsnet 960 The Fan.
On air and online, this is your home of Calgary Flames hockey. Brought to you by Wolf Cadillac and Alpine Credits. Sportsnet 960, The Fan.
Tonight on Prime Monday Night Hockey, it's a St. Paddy's Showdown. Flames, Leafs, it's on. Tonight at 7:30 Eastern. It's only on Prime. Start your free trial now.
Hey folks, Paul Brandt here. I love being an Albertan, and I love Ford trucks. And I know that like hard-working Albertans across this great province, there's a Ford truck for everyone. Like Super Duty. It's what I like to call a workhorse. A truck built for heavy-duty performance and getting the job done. Now that's a truck to live and work by. So whatever you're working on, you'll know that the 2024 Ford Super Duty's got the goods. Get yours today at your Alberta Ford dealer. Just tell them PB sent you.
It's always beautiful outside with Green Drop. Hi, I'm Peter Marr. Calgary owned and operated since 1980, Green Drop knows what it takes to maintain a green, weed-free lawn in our unique climate. Green Drop's friendly, knowledgeable greenskeepers will help you create a space where friends and family can get together and enjoy the outside year-round. With Green Drop, the convenience and results are unmatched. 3 lawn care packages are available. Choose the perfect one for you. Visit greendrop.com.
Enjoy some of the best snow and biggest events at the Lake Louise Ski Resort. Spring passes start at just $5.59. Grab one and ski as much as you can until May 4th. It's spring skiing at its best at the Lake Louise Ski Resort.
Are you ready? Get loud, Flames fans. It's almost time to drop the puck. Let's head up to the broadcast booth with Derek Wills and Megan Mickelson, setting the stage for this matchup. Sportsnet 960, The Fan.
Live from Scotiabank Arena in Toronto, Calgary Flames hockey is on the air. Tonight, Calder Trophy candidate Dustin Wolf and the 30-24-11 Calgary Flames can move back into a Stanley Cup playoff spot with a win in a St. Patrick's Day showdown with Auston Matthews and the 39-23-3 Toronto Maple Leafs. In the South Point Toyota broadcast booth, I'm Derek Wills alongside two-time Olympic champion and two-time world champion Megan Mickelson on Sportsnet 960 The Fan, on sportsnet.ca/960, and on the Sportsnet and NHL apps. Well, last time the Flames were on the road, they went 2-2-2. And then when they returned home, they went 1-1-1. Well, they can't have a record like that during this 4-game road trip, which will start in Toronto tonight with a game versus the Maple Leafs, and then it's off to New York to play the Rangers in the second half of a back-to-back tomorrow, and then a day off, and then to New Jersey to take on the Devils on Thursday, and then another day off before they head back to New York to face the Islanders in a matinee matchup on Saturday. Mick, right now the Flames 2 points out of the second wildcard spot in the Western Conference spot. They've got 2 or 3 games in hand with the 3 teams they're fighting with, but this is an important trip for the team, and they'd love to start this trip the same way they started their last trip, and that's with a big upset win.
Oh, this is a massive road trip for the team. I don't think that can be understated. And I mean, you talk about them going 500 in those stretches, and head coach Ryan Huska said that in order to make the playoffs, he believes they have to be better than 500 down the stretch. And looking at this road trip, yes, there's some tough matchups, but I think what the Flames have shown us this season is that they play up to their opposition, that they have the ability to play with some of the best teams in the league, to beat some of the best teams in the league. So this is a big game for them on a night where they're not the favorites, but would be huge to come out with, even 1 point would be a successful night, I think.
And on their last road trip, yes, they went 500, but they played 4 of the last 7 Stanley Cup champions. Mm-hmm. They played 5 perennial Stanley Cup contenders, and a Flyers team that's not all that bad. This trip, it's different because they're playing a really good Maple Leafs team tonight, and then they're playing a couple of teams in the Rangers and the Devils who are fighting for a playoff spot, or at least for playoff positioning, and then an Islanders team that's just trying to stay in the race. But what I think they might face on this trip are some desperate hockey teams, and for me, the Flames are going to have to match or surpass that desperation, which, Mick, during that 3-game homestand we saw at times, but maybe not close enough to a full 60 minutes on a regular basis.
Yeah, I mean, starting with the Toronto Maple Leafs tonight, they may not be fighting for their playoff lives like some of the other teams that we'll see, but they're a team that they're pretty fed up with the way that they've played lately. They've gone 2-4-1 in March, and they want to get back to playing some really good hockey. So they're desperate, but in a very different way. But I think what we've seen from this Flames team is that they're at their best when they outwork their opponents. And so to me, that's a real key to success, and an easy way to think about this road trip and how they're going to be successful is just making sure that, if I'm a player, every single time I step out on the ice, I have to win my one-on-one battles, and I have to work the opposition whenever I'm out there. And then if every single player does that, then you do that collectively as a team, and they'll set themselves up for success.
What do you remember about the first game between these two teams? You look at the final score and it looks lopsided, 6-3 Maple Leafs, but Ryan Huska reminded us this morning that was a pretty good hockey game for about 30 minutes, and then the Flames got into some penalty trouble.
It was, yeah. The game just got away from them a little bit, and then, the Maple Leafs, obviously, with the offensive talent that they have, and Mitch Marner did not play in that game. I do remember that. But Auston Matthews, William Nylander, those guys, they have the ability to really take over games, and you can put together even a solid 40, 50 minutes, but in a matter of 10 or 20, they can do some serious damage. So it's very important important. In that game, what they didn't have was a 60-minute effort and playing a disciplined hockey game. That's what they're going to need tonight. A full 60 minutes, air quotes, and to be disciplined and to stay out of the penalty box.
Yeah, in that game, Calgary native William Nylander scored a hat trick.
Yes.
And Auston Matthews, I thought he was the best player on the ice. He didn't score a goal, but he did set 3 of them up. So the Flames will have to handle those 2 guys better. And to your point, they didn't have to deal with Mitch Marner in that game at Scotiabank Saddledome back on February 4th. He will be in the lineup for the Maple Leafs here at Scotiabank Arena for Game 2 of the season series tonight. Now, the Flames are going to have to play one more game without Connor Zary. He is eligible to return from a 2-game suspension tomorrow when the team will take to the ice at Madison Square Garden in New York City for Game 2 of this 4-game road trip versus the Rangers. But tonight, they're without him. They're still without their captain, Michael Backlund, who did not make the trip with the team. We don't expect him to return this week. And that has Ryan Huska looking for some new line combinations. And the lines that he started the last game with aren't the lines that he's going to start this game with, although there is some carryover from that game against the Avalanche on Friday.
Yeah, moving Martin Pospisil up with Jonathan Huberdeau and Nazem Kadri, it was very clear to me when he made that change that Martin Pospisil was able to just drive that line and drive defenders back with the speed that he has in helping that line get into the offensive zone, which is obviously where they want to be. The line of Blake Coleman, Morgan Frost, and Matt Coronado, had a feeling they would stick with that because it was one line that Ryan Huska pointed out after the game that he really liked the instant chemistry that they had. I also am really excited to watch that line. I just think that it's a great combo. Blake Coleman, he works his tail off and will drive up the level of compete on that line. And then Morgan Frost told me this morning that him and Matt Coronado have talked about playing together for quite some time now. They've wanted to play together. So Frosty, as they call him, said that when he gives Matt Coronado the puck, he better shoot it. And then the other 2 lines are going to be, they'll be interesting to see. Oftentimes lines that, don't jump out at you on the page end up being pretty impactful when they're on the ice. So there's no doubt, though, that they're going to need all 4 lines going.
Yes, and they'll certainly have to play close to a full 60 minutes against the Maple Leafs team that has been struggling, to your point. They have lost 5 of 6 after they had won 8 of 9, and there was certainly some urgency in the voice of their head coach, Craig Berube, this morning. And when asked about the Flames, he said the same thing that every coach says about the Flames. They are a hardworking team. They will not make it easy, and that is what Ryan Huska is looking for in Game 1 of this 4-game road trip, an all-Canadian matchup on St. Patrick's Day in Toronto. And when we come back to the South Point Toyota broadcast booth, we'll introduce you to the starting lineups and bring you the Eastside Dodge opening face-off. It's the Flames versus the Maple Leafs. Puck drop is next. This is Calgary Flames hockey on Sportsnet 960 and streaming on the Sportsnet app.
On air and online, this is your home of Calgary Flames hockey. Brought to you by Canyon Plumbing and Heating and South Point Toyota. Sportsnet 960, The Fan.
Tonight on Prime Monday Night Hockey, it's a St. Patty showdown. Flames, Leafs, it's on. Tonight at 7:30 Eastern. It's only on Prime. Start your free trial now.
Spring isn't just a season, it's a feeling. The urge to get out and go anywhere. And with the Honda CR-V Sport, you can explore those feelings and many more. Like confidence that comes with all-wheel drive. And trust with Honda sensing technologies. And the warm breeze through your hair thanks to a one-touch power moonroof. Whew, okay, that feeling is a bit more of a direct sensation. The Canadian-built CR-V Sport is in stock today with rates from 1.49%, plus get a $1,500 Honda bonus. Visit prairiehonda.ca.
When you choose Motorworks, you know you're getting the best service for your BMW. But did you know they also work on minis in their state-of-the-art facility? Always meeting or beating competitors' quotes. Motorworks, exceeding all expectations on 51st Ave and 3rd Street Southeast.
It's game time. You're listening to Calgary Flames hockey on Sportsnet 960, The Fan.
Welcome back to the South Point Toyota broadcast booth, high above the ice here at Scotiabank Arena in Toronto. We're getting set for a St. Patrick's Day showdown between the Maple Leafs and the Calgary Flames. Let's introduce you to tonight's starting lineups. We'll begin with the starters for Ryan Huska's Flames. Up front, Former Maple Leaf, Nazem Kadri's between Jonathan Huberdeau and Martin Pospisil. On the back end, Joel Hanley's paired up with Mackenzie Weegar. And in goal, it is Dustin Wolf. And starting for Craig Berube's Maple Leafs at forward, Auston Matthews between Matthew Nyes and Mitch Marner. On defense, Jake McCabe paired up with former Flame Chris Tanev. And in net, it is Joseph Woll. Just getting set for tonight's opening face-off. It'll be brought to you by Eastside Dodge. Hurry into Eastside Dodge or visit eastsidedodge.com to check out this month's incredible specials and tell them Lanny sent you. Kadri and Matthews line up for the opening face-off. The puck's been dropped. The Maple Leafs wearing St. Pat's jerseys on St. Patrick's Day. Win the opening face-off, and we are underway with the first period of play here at Scotiabank Arena. The Flames with their red jerseys on this evening with yellow and white trim. We're moving from left to right on your radios. The Maple Leafs, as mentioned, with their St. Patrick's jerseys, a tribute to Toronto's NHL team from 1919 to 1927. They are white with green trim, and they are moving from right to left. Puck of the Flames' own Marner. Snaps one in behind the net to Matthews, who turns into the far corner. Matthews will take it back to the blue line. Do a little twisting and turning. Matthews with a shot. Stopped by Wolf. Rebound picked up by Pospisil. And he'll skate the puck out of trouble and get away from the forechecking Nyes and drop to Weegar, who lifts it up in the air and out to center ice. Blake Coleman overskates it. John Tavares will drop it. Morgan Riley slides it far side to the newly acquired Brandon Carlo, who drops it back to Riley, and he'll cross center and flip the puck into the far corner. William Nylander chasing, moves it down low, but centering pass by Pontus Holmberg's broken up. Here comes Coleman to center. He'll flip it up the far boards to Morgan Frost, who drops to Matt Coronado. It's hit by Tavares, but gives it to Coleman. Then gives it right back to Tavares, and he'll slide it up the left wing side to Riley, who ends up bouncing it off Kevin Ball's stick and over the glass and out of play. The officials tonight, the referees are Brian Pochmera and Frederick Lecuyer, the linesman Brad Kovacic, and fittingly, on St. Patrick's Day, Dan Kelly.
Well, expecting a really urgent start from both teams here tonight. Head coach Craig Berube mentioned it after their game and loss against the Ottawa Senators that they didn't play with enough of that urgency. Mentioned it again this morning. Ryan Huska also used that exact same word. So expecting a really competitive first period here.
The Senators sure have been a thorn in the side of the Maple Leafs, haven't they?
Oh, yeah.
Not sure they want that first round matchup. Here's Max Domi, back to the left point. Oliver Ekman-Larsson slides it across the line. Simon Benjamin with a shot stop. Rebound, they score. Max Domi slaps the puck past Dustin Wolf. And just 1 minute and 47 seconds in, it is 1-0 Maple Leafs.
Oh, talk about urgency. It's what we've seen from the Leafs, and it's only been a minute and 37 or 47 seconds into this hockey game, but they've controlled the majority of the play. Max Domi just comes flying off the half wall. Nice point shot, but a big rebound off to the far side, and Dustin Wolf gets over there, but Max Domi, that's just an absolute cannon right into the top right corner by Dustin Wolf, and a tough way for the Flames to start.
Yeah, two-time 20-goal scorer, just his 6th goal in 59 games to start this season, but a big one for the Maple Leafs, who have an early 1-0 lead. Here's Steven Lorentz up the far side, looking for former Flame Calle Jarnkrok. Ends up popping away from him, and Kevin Rooney's in there fighting for it on the forecheck, as is Ryan Lomberg, but it slides away from both of them and into the near corner to Jarnkrok, who tries to clear but can't as the puck deflects back in beyond the Maple Leafs net. Jake McCabe slides it far corner. Now Chris Tanev being pressured as it knocked off a stick by Adam Klapka, and Lomberg's going to hold the puck in for the Flames. Skates it into the near corner, drops to Klapka, slides it far side to Kadri. Kadri with a sharp angle shot right into the glove of Woll, and he'll hold on for a face-off. Speaking of Joseph Woll, now in his 6th pro season and first as a full-time NHLer, he's been good. 22-12-0 with 1 shutout, 2.78 goals against average, and a .905 save percentage in 34 games this season. And in game 1 of the season series between these two teams, he stopped 23 of 26 in the Maple Leafs 6-3 victory at Scotiabank Saddledome back on February 4th. And with that win, he improved to a perfect 3-0-0 in his career versus the Flames. More about Dustin Wolf in a moment.
Going to fight for it in the corner to Wall's right. Puck will pop back to the blue line. Ball able to hold it in left point. And he gives the puck away to Carlo. He'll lug it across his blue line and slide it left wing side to Riley, who glides into the Flame zone. Goes far side. Matthews shoots right into the flaming C on the front of Wolf's jersey. And he'll hold on. Speaking of Dustin Wolf, a very strong Calder Trophy candidate, starting for the 4th straight game and for the 27th time in the last 36 games. The only rookie goalie in franchise history with 3 shutouts in a season. Comes into this game tied for 7th in the NHL in save percentage. He is 22-13-5 with those 3 shutouts, a 2.54 goals against average, and a 914 save percentage in 40 games. And Mickey gives up a goal early in this game. Let's see if he can slam the door shut now.
Yeah, he's going to need to.
Here's Weegar up the middle to Coronado. Plays the puck right in on Wall, who stops it. Backhands it up the far boards to Ekman Larsson. We'll clear it just out to center. Joel Hanley fighting for it, but it's actually Morgan Frost who picks it up. This will be a special game for Morgan Frost. More on that in a moment. Puck picked up and beyond the net by Nylander, who tries to center it. Gets taken down by Weegar in the near corner as Coleman swoops in to pick up the puck and slides it up the left wing side to Hanley. And he'll send it out to center, but it bounces away from Coronado. And now Coleman's going to reverse it back into his own territory. Here's Braden Pahal back in the lineup after being a healthy scratch on Friday. Ahead to Rooney, taken down by Benoit, and Rooney goes crashing into the end boards, and he is shaken up. We do have a Maple Leafs penalty call coming up, but hopefully Kevin Rooney's all right here.
Oh, a great job by Kevin Rooney, though, to keep his feet moving on that play, and he forces Benoit to have to take him down as he stuck out his left leg and went to drive the net. Benoit pushes him over, and then Rooney goes into the boards really awkwardly, and it's that his right arm that he's kind of favoring a little bit, but yeah, that's a 2-hand whack to the feet from Benoit. Trips Kevin Rooney.
So the Flames down by a goal or up by a man. Chance to tie this thing up on a Homes by Ivy power play with just under 4 minutes gone in the first period, and Toronto leading Calgary 1-0 here on St. Patrick's Day. Face off 2 Walls right. Matthews wins that draw. Puck comes free in front. Frost shoots, and he's stopped by Wall. Kind of a broken play, but a grade A chance for the Flames as they almost tie it. Matthews can't clear it out. McCabe trying to get it out of the zone, can't. Kadri jumps up in the air and gloves it down, but that'll be a hand pass over to Weegar, and that'll bring the face-off out. On the power play this season, Flames are at 21.7%. That is 18th in the NHL. On the penalty kill, the Maple Leafs at 78.0%, 16th in the league. But Mick, they've given up a power play goal in 5 straight games. We'll see if the Flames can take advantage of that.
Yeah, that's one area of their game they're looking to be better at, and they want to be blocking more shots and also expecting them to be strong in front of the net and clearing traffic as they want to take care of their own net and their own crease.
Flames start with Kadri, Huberdeau, Coronado, and Frost as the forwards. Coronado shoots and is stopped by Wall. Weegar's the only defenseman quarterback in this first power play unit. Here's Kadri near half boards. He'll slide a right point to Weegar. Returns the puck to Kadri, who gives it right back to Weegar. Weegar with a shot off his own man Coronado in front. Now Frost will pick it up. Frost loses it, but Huberdeau finds it, but now gives it away to Nyes, and he'll lift it up in the air and down the ice. So I said it was going to be a special game for Morgan Frost, and that's because his dad, Andy, is a longtime radio personality here in Toronto. As a matter of fact, he was the Maple Leafs public address announcer from 1999 to 2016. Just a big, booming voice and a local radio legend. And Morgan used to sit right below him up here in the press box when he was a kid, and he'd watch the Maple Leafs play. And he's at the game tonight, so fun night for the Frost family. Here comes another former Flyer, Joel Farabee will drop it. Yegor Sharangovich slides the right wing side to Adam Clapton. He spins and plays it right point to Rasmus Andersson. He'll slip it far side to Coleman. Coleman a shot through some traffic, knocked down on the doorstep, and Maple Leafs will clear it into Flames territory with just under half a minute remaining in the Benoit Minor. Andersson skates it to center and shoots it in behind the Walls net. Puck will deflect up the fireboards. It goes off Sharangovich's skate and is now picked up by Yarncroke. Races up the right wing side. Sharangovich chasing after him. Yarncroke protects the puck and now just gets it in deep as Hanley will leave it in behind the net for Weegar. as the Flames power play comes to an end. The Maple Leafs back to full strength, and it's still Toronto 1 and Calgary nothing here at Scotiabank Arena. Domi, who's got the goal, tries to clear but can't. Hanley with a shot that deflects wide of Wall's net. Here's Rooney to Lomberg, who drops it. Weegar shoots it, bouncing puck in front. Whacked out of harm's way by Domi. And now it's lifted up in the air and down the ice by Benoit. Racing after it is Bobby McCann. Hanley plays him perfectly, though, and cuts him off. And now Martin Pospisil will pick up the puck. Pospisil, tied for 4th in the NHL in hits with 238. Will send it out to center, and now decides to back it up into his own territory as the crowd tries to get the home team going here.
That was a strong shift by the fourth line, and after the power play, Ryan Huska putting Martin Pospisil out there, some good ozone time.
Coronado with a shot stopped by Wall. Kadri overskates the rebound. So we see Coronado bumped up to the right side of the first line in the first shift after the penalty kill. Here's Pahal in front. Coronado shoots and rips it right over top of Wall's net. Carlo trying to clear Clant. Jake Bean with a shot that he sails high and wide of the net. Huberdeau playing right point to Pahal. He slides it near side to Kadri, but it ends up bouncing by him and right to Riley, who dumps the puck down the ice. Here's Bean. Out to center ahead to Huberdeau. He leads the team in goals and in points. It's checked as Tavares will back it up into his own zone, and both teams will start to change. Ekman Larsson will give it to Benoit, who gets it in deep. Nyes will catch up to it in the far corner and slide it into the near corner to Matthews. Plays the left point. Benoit with a shot off of Sharangovich and wide to the far corner where Marner takes over. Wilson behind the Flames net, spins and centers. Puck deflects back to the blue line, and it's held in by Ekman Larsson, who moves it far half boards to Matthews. Maple Leafs changing in the fly here is Marner. Will lock it into the far quarter to Nyes. Nyes being worked over by Ball as Sharangovich gets in there but can't clear it out. Marner picks it up, does a little dangling and gets away from Dryden Hunt and drops it. Matthews into the near circle to McCabe. McCabe spins and centers off the stick of Ball and wide to the far boards, but Tanev will hold it in right point. Gives it to Marner. He gets it in deep again. Puck slides up the near side of the Maple Leafs captain Matthews, who shoots off a full stick and wide of the net. Flames are underwater here. They need to get the puck out and make a line change. They've had 5 guys in the ice for a minute now as Farabee finally clears the zone. And the Flames will sneak in a line change as Yarncroke brings it right back in for the Maple Leafs. He gets bumped by Weegar. Puck will squirt free, and Pospisil will send it out to center to Coleman. Crosses the Maple Leafs line and gives it to Frost, who tries to feed it in front, but the pass is blocked by Yarncroke. Frost gets it back and plays it left point. Hanley with a slap shot off a leg and wide. And now here's Pospisil. Moving into the high slot. Frost drops it. Weegar shoots it, and Wall at the edge of his crease makes the save and holds on. And now some pushing and shoving. Blake Coleman and Brandon Carlo right in the middle of it.
Yeah, Blake Coleman was trying to be a net front presence and take away the eyes of Joseph Wall. Brandon Carlo obviously didn't like it, so Mackenzie Weegar gets the puck at the point, and because Carlo clears out Blake Coleman, Wall's able to make an easy save on a clear point shot.
We'll take a break with 11:21 to play in the opening period here at Scotiabank Arena. Toronto out shooting Calgary 5-4, and Ty Domi's kid, Max, has the only goal of the hockey game. It's the Maple Leafs 1 and the Flames nothing. And this is Calgary Flames hockey on Sportsnet 960 and streaming on the Sportsnet app.
On air and online, this is your home of Calgary Flames hockey. Brought to you by Homes by Abbey and Country Hills Ford. Sportsnet 960, The Fan.
Shane Homes duplexes blend a single-family home lifestyle with the affordability of a shared wall.
They passed the Yell test.
Built for peace and quiet, you'll never know your neighbor cheers for the rival team. Shane Homes, keeping peace between neighbors all hockey season long. With 5 communities to choose from throughout Calgary, Airdrie, and Chestermere, your new home is waiting to be built. Learn more at shanehomes.com. Shane Homes, the better way to build.
Hot tubs sure have changed over the past 25 years. Paradise Bay has Arctic spas that are now so efficient, you'll hardly notice a difference on your electric bill. Spa Boy Automated Water Care makes maintenance a breeze. Their spa's online technology allows for real-time monitoring and control from anywhere. Constant improvements in comfort and therapy will have you never wanting to get out of your Arctic spa. Come see what's new. You deserve it. Find your Arctic spa at goparadisebay.com.
You're listening to Calgary Flames hockey on your home of the Flames. Sportsnet 960, The Fan.
Well, live hockey and big prizes. What more could you want? The Flames will return to Scotiabank Saddledome on March 25th at 7 p.m. to take on the Kraken on Scratchy Tuesday. Every fan has a chance to win big, so get your tickets at calgaryflames.com/tickets.
11:21 to play in the opening period here in Toronto. Well, the Maple Leafs on a goal by Max Domi lead the Calgary Flames 1-0 in this hockey game. McCabe will move it up the far side to Nylander, who was born in Calgary. Drops to Tanev, who was born in Toronto. He moves it to McCabe, who dumps it into the Flame zone. Ball back to get it. Moves it far side to Coleman. Gives it to Frost, who can't clear it. Tanev holds it in right point. Gets the puck in deep again. But from the far corner, ball will lift it up and out. And down the ice, and that'll be an icing call on the Flames. Strange to see Chris Tanev in a Maple Leafs jersey, especially one with a St. Pat's logo on the front.
Certainly does. It was nice to say hi to him for a few minutes this morning and chat. What a great guy. I still remember when he presented me with the jersey at the outdoor game last year when we announced my retirement. So nice to see him for sure.
Good to see him back in the lineup as well. Playing in his third game after he missed 6 with an upper body injury. He is a warrior, as Canucks, Flames, and now Maple Leafs fans know. Leafs try to bring it in, but go offside, and now Robertson with a really late shot, and ball goes after him. What was Nick Robertson thinking there?
I'm not sure he was thinking at all. That was clearly well after the whistle and a full wind-up. I think, though, my favorite part of that is the fact that Dustin Wolf just stood there. He did not react at all as the puck was coming flying at him, but what a silly play that was from Robertson.
Nick, the younger brother of the Stars, Jason. I can't remember seeing something like that before. It was so late, and it was, as you said, a full-on slap shot.
Yeah. Not even a wrist shot, not even a flip shot. It was a full-on clapper. I mean, I honestly don't think I've ever seen that in my entire career.
That says something.
Yeah.
All right, let's see if the Flames can take advantage. You know what they say, Mick, that bad penalties tend to be harder to kill off than good ones. That is as bad as a penalty gets. So we'll see if the Flames can make the Maple Leafs pay with a Holmes by Abbey power play.
Now you wonder if there's some frustration there from Nick Robertson.
I'm not sure that's going to help his cause.
No.
Might wind up in Craig Berube doghouse after doing something like that, especially if Flames tie the hockey game here. Weegar will skate the puck to center, and now slide it near side to Kadri. He drops to Coronado. He'll cross the red line and slide it left wing side to Huberdeau. Tries to saucer it past to Frost. It gets broken up. Flames fighting to keep it in. Weegar does hold it in and move it to Coronado, who slides it near side to Kadri. Kadri protecting the puck, slides it into the high slot, but Matthews wrestles it away from Coronado and dumps it down the ice.
A strong play by Auston Matthews to take away that bumper position. And one thing I have to say, the Flames have struggled on their entries and making that next play, but they're really good at getting the puck back.
They've looked a little bit disorganized trying to enter the offensive zone, but they do get in here as Kadri. Play at right point to Weegar. Slides to top of the far circle. Huberdeau shoots just wide of Wall's net. And Kadri will pick it up. Step into the near circle. Stick handle into the slot. Kadri being checked by Lawton. Goes far side to Frost, and he'll back it up to the blue line to Weegar. Weegar into the near corner to Coronado. He spins and gives it back to Weegar. Weegar near half boards to Kadri. Kadri down low to Huberdeau. Huberdeau snaps a pass to Weegar. Weegar shoots off of Lawton's leg and wide to the far boards where Frost takes over. Frost will give it to Coronado. Leaves it behind for Weegar. Slides it near circle to Huberdeau. 34 seconds left of the power play as Huberdeau misses Coronado with a pass, and a puck bounces away from Frost, and Weegar will have to chase it back into Flames territory. This power play is built by Homes by Abbey. Looking for a quickie? Homes by Abbey has quick possession homes to get you moving fast. Visit homesbyabbey.com today. Here comes Anderson, and up the right wing side. They'll walk it beyond the Maple Leafs net and slide it far side to Farabee. Farabee rims it around off the stick of Wall and into the near corner to McCabe, who tries to clear in camp, but it's picked up and dumped down the ice by Lorenz as the Robertson penalty comes to an end. And he gets out of the penalty box and ends up skating across the ice into the doghouse. His ball will bounce it off Lomberg's stick into the Maple Leaf zone. Tip picked up by Matthews, who sends it out to center to Nyes. It's been a career year for Matthew Nyes with 24 goals and 43 points in 63 games. Now on the top line with two of the best in the game, and Auston Matthews and Mitch Marner. Ball with it in behind Wolf's net. Whips it up the near side off Pospisil's stick. Now Riley will pick it up and back it up into his own territory. Ekman Larsson with a stretch pass that misses Marner, and Hall will take over and leave it behind for Bean, who tries a pass that doesn't connect with Lomberg, and instead that is an icing call on the Flames with 8:03 to play in the opening period. Coming to you from the South Point Toyota broadcast booth. With hundreds of new Toyotas arriving daily, it's time to Toyota at South Point Toyota. Get financing as low as 0% OAC with 0 down and no payments until September 2025. Only for my friends at South Point Toyota. Face off to Wolf's right. Sharon Govich, who really struggled in the circle on Friday, wins this defensive zone draw versus Tavares, who's one of the best in the business. Now Sharon Govich will catch up to it in the Maple Leaf zone. Stick handle on the far corner. Spin and drop. Farabee shoots and just misses. Hall holds it in right wing side and throws it in front off of Farabee, who gets taken down on the doorstep by Tanev. And here comes Nylander the other way. Nylander stops and waits and now centers, but his pass bounces by Holmberg and back to the far corner where Bean's going to take over, and misses Farabee with a breakout pass, and this should be and will be another icing call on the Flames.
One guy that the Maple Leafs are happy with right now is William Nylander, and he's on an 8-game point streak right now, and offense somehow has been hard to come by for this Maple Leafs team. It's kind of what hurt them in the playoffs last year, and definitely something they're going to be looking to figure out. But Matthew Nyes, one guy you just talked about, he's goalless in 5. Auston Matthews only has 3 in his last 10. So a group that they've juggled up their lines as well, and just trying to find some chemistry and some more offense.
Face-off coming up to Wolf's right. Domi, who's got the game's only goal, wins it. Robertson leaves the left point for Benoit. Shovels it in behind the Flames net. Slides by Bean and up the far side to Farabee, and he'll give it to Sharon Govich, who is checked by Robertson, and now McMahon will take over and work it up the left wing side to Domi. Domi into the near quarter, looking for McMahon. It's tied up by Bean, gets away from him, and shoots, and that sharp angle shot goes sailing over Wolf's net. Ekman Larsson holds it in. Locking him beyond the Flames net. Coleman hustles back to pick it up defensively. Tries to leave it for Pahal, but it hops away from him and now up the middle of the ice to Coronado, and he'll skate it across center. Coronado will dump it in and chase it. Ekman Larsson gets there first, and he gives it away. And Coleman will play it right point to Uyghur, who winds and fires a shot off the stick of Frost, and the puck deflects over the glass and into the netting. We'll take a break with 6:45 to play in the opening period here at Scotiabank Arena in Toronto. We're on a goal by Max Domi, his 6th from Simon Benoit and Oliver Ekman Larsson at 1:47. It's the Maple Leafs 1 and the Flames nothing. And this is Calgary Flames hockey on Sportsnet 960 and streaming on the Sportsnet app.
On air and online, this is your home of Calgary Flames hockey. Brought to you by Country Hills Toyota and Green Drop. Sportsnet 960, The Fan.
Give me a P. P. Give me an O. O. Give me an L. L. Give me a Y. Y. Give me a B. B. What's that spell? Polly B. Where do we want it?
As far away as possible. Really
Not in my house.
Who would want that?
If you have gray pipes in your home, it could be Poly B, which is prone to leaks and bursts. Canyon Plumbing and Heating specializes in Poly B removal and replacement. Call them for a free site assessment and accurate quote for your project. Learn more at canyonplumbing.com.
This season, elevate your drive with spring into Audi at Glenmore Audi. Discover limited time offers on 2025 Audi models with Audi Care Maintenance plans included. Get lease rates from 0.48% on select models and savings up to $3,500 in Audi credits on select Q7s. But just like spring, these offers won't last forever. Hurry in before March 31st. Glenmore Audi, your locally owned Audi dealership. Visit glenmoreaudi.com.
You're listening to Calgary Flames hockey on your home of the Flames, Sportsnet 960, The Fan.
Well, following tonight's game, stay tuned for the Shane Holmes save of the game. For every save a Flames goalie makes, Shane Holmes donates $5 to Kids Sport Calgary. For details, visit shaneholmes.com. Shane Holmes, the better way to build.
Mick, I know the Flames are down 1-0 in this game against the Maple Leafs with a little bit less than 7 minutes to play in the first period, but in my opinion, not a bad start to this game in Toronto for the visitors tonight.
No, not bad at all. I mean, you give up that one goal, but outside of that, I mean, they got 4 shots on net. That's twice as many as they had in the entire first period against the Colorado Avalanche on Friday. So, I mean, they haven't given up a ton. I also like their aggressiveness on the forecheck, too. Toronto's a team that you pressure them, they're going to turn the puck over. We've seen that a number of times.
Face-off coming up to Wall's left. Pospisil wins it. Weegar shoots it, but the puck flex over the glass and into the netting. As a matter of fact, it's one more shot than the Flames had halfway through that hockey game against the Avalanche on Friday night. They really struggled in the first 30 or so minutes, found their legs and found their game in the back half, but as Ryan Huska said post-game, too little too late. McCabe will bounce it off Yarncroke's stick and in behind Wolf's net. Flames goaltender clears it up the fireboards, not out. Huberdeau can't get it out either. Now he has a second chance and again fails to get it across his blue line and out. Maple Leafs dump it in behind the net. Weegar slip it up the near side to Kadri, who tries to play it to Hanley, who doesn't have a stick, so he dives off the puck into the neutral zone. You can make a hand pass inside the defensive zone as long as the puck stays in the zone. You can't go from the defensive zone to the neutral zone, though.
That's actually kind of smart, though, because at least you get a whistle, and then you can get a guy out there with a stick versus, I mean, if he doesn't touch the puck at all, he could have kicked it with his feet, I guess, but you get fresh bodies on the ice and a face-off.
As you said to me pregame off the air, you're like, thank God for Joel Hanley, and it's so true. He only played in 6 of the first 30 games, and now he's playing for the 32nd time in the last 36 games. He has been fantastic. Puck centered in front of the Flames net. Up Matthews whacking and hacking away. Can't knock it by Wolf. Couple of good chances there for Auston Matthews, and Dustin Wolf keeps it a 1-goal game. Matthews will skate it across the Flames line. And he tries to drop pass, but it's intercepted by Coleman. Slides it up the left wing boards to Ball, and he'll cross center and dump it in behind Wall's net. Frost gets in there on the forecheck. Puck gets cleared up the near boards, not out. Bahal will lock it in behind the net to Frost. Frost tries to give it to Coronado, ends up bouncing up the stick and up the near boards to Coronado, who slides it behind the net to Coleman. Coleman goes right point to Bahal, who slides it across the line to Bean. Bean will dump it in behind the Maple Leafs net. Coronado corrals it in the near corner. Coronado spins and rims it around to the far side. Bean and off the left point, lets it slide by, back to the blue line to Coleman, who tries a shot and fans on it, and now Matthews steals it. Matthews trying to get in, but Bean comes back and lifts the stick and steals it, but now Matthews gets it back and drops it. Nylander shoots it and misses Wolf's net. Matthews holds it in right wing side and drops to Benoit. Benoit near side to Ekman Larsson, and now near half boards to Nylander. Nylander floated out in front off a couple of sticks and wide of Wolf's net. And Albin will leave it in the near quarter for Pahal. And the Flames will clear it out, which is good because they had 3 guys on the ice for more than a minute there. There was Nylander in up the left wing side. Stops in the corner and drops. Benoit winds and fires high and wide of Wolf's net. Here's Ekman Larsson. And behind the net to Holmberg. Holmberg bumped off the puck by Rooney as Lundberg picks it up and shoves it up the near side to Pahal, who can't clear it out. Tavares holds it in and gives it to Holmberg, who centers it out in front. Reaching for it is Nylander, and Wolf gets his glove on it and freezes the puck for a face-off. And now some more pushing and shoving.
No, that chance comes after a tough turnover by Braden Pahal, and
off the post there, Mick.
Yeah, they come back on a 2-on-1, and Dustin Wolf, but he gets real lucky on this one as he wasn't even near that far side post, so a little help from the goalpost there.
Well, with William Nylander hanging around, you can use all the help you can get. 4:24 to play in the first period here at Scotiabank Arena in Toronto. We're on a goal by Max Domi. It's still the Maple Leafs 1 and the Flames nothing. And this is Calgary Flames hockey on Sportsnet 960 and streaming on the Sportsnet app.
On air and online, this is your home of Calgary Flames hockey. Brought to you by Glenmore Audi and Equus. Sportsnet 960, The Fan.
Big news, Calgary. The wait is over. Canada's newest Chevrolet Buick GMC dealership is now open. Find Wolf Calgary at 756 101st Street Southwest, just off Stony Trail on Old Banff Coach Road. Experience Canada's newest Chevy Buick GMC dealership with over 40 service bays, plus standalone Cadillac dealership with concierge service. Be among the first to explore Wolf Calgary's state-of-the-art showrooms. Visit them in person or online at wolfcadillacCalgary.com.
It's always beautiful outside with Green Drop. Hi, I'm Peter Marr. Calgary owned and operated since 1980, Green Drop knows what it takes to maintain a green, weed-free lawn in our unique climate. Green Drop's friendly, knowledgeable greenskeepers will help you create a space where friends and family can get together and enjoy the outside year-round. With Green Drop, the convenience and results are unmatched. 3 lawn care packages are available. Choose the perfect one for you. Visit greendrop.com.
You're listening to Calgary Flames hockey on your home of the Flames. Sportsnet 960, The Fan.
Well, the team is on the road, but you can still win big with the Flames Foundation 50-50. A new 60-day jackpot opened today. Get your tickets before 9:30 p.m. for a chance to win one of 2 early bird prizes. Tickets are $5 each, or you can purchase the Iginla special with 12 tickets for $12, or the Conroy special with 100 tickets for $24. For tickets and to support the life-changing work being done in our community by the Flames Foundation, visit 5050flames.com.
A little bit more than 4 minutes to play in the first period. It is the Maple Leafs 1 and the Flames nothing. Puck lifts it off the glass and out. Nyes gloves it down and feeds it in front. Matthews to the backhand, and the puck slips off the tip of his stick. Maple Leafs weren't doing much after scoring that 1-0 goal, but Mick, they've had a couple of good chances in the last few shifts.
Oh, and it's been self-inflicted from the Flames. They've come off of turnovers.
There's Kadri across the Maple Leafs line. He loses it. Huberdeau finds it and drops it. Uyghur, right point. Slided in behind the net. That pass intended for Kadri is intercepted by Riley, who gives it to Nyes, and he'll leave it behind for the goal scorer Domi, who from center will dump it in and chase it. He gets there and feeds it in front, but his pass misses Nylander, or make that Robertson, and here comes Farabee the other way. He'll flip it in beyond the Maple Leafs net. Tanev back to get it. Takes a bump from Sharangovich as he gives it to McCabe. McCabe can't clear it, but Robertson will take over and work it up the right wing side to Tanev, who jumps up into the rush. Flips it in behind Wolf's net. Man in there on the forecheck. Held up along the end boards by Ball as Domi will pick the puck up and feed it in front. Robertson wasn't expecting the pass, though, as McCabe will grab it and drop it to Robertson. Backs it up to the blue line. Tanev shoots it, pinballs around, and Wolf boots the puck away with his right pad. That was a tricky stop for the Flames rookie goalie.
Yeah, if not for Dustin Wolf right now, the Leafs would have a couple more.
Maple Leafs will back off as Anderson sets up in behind the Flames net with now just under 3 minutes to play in the opening period. Toronto now out shooting Calgary 12-4. And the Maple Leafs out in front of the Flames 1-0 tonight. Ball's going to bounce the pocket of the Maple Leaf zone. Klapka steals it, circles the net, and turns into the near corner. Klapka held up by Benoit. Benoit trying to clear it, can't. Either can Yarncroke. Rooney's in there on the forecheck as Lorenz comes back to get it. Slips it up the near side to Benoit. Bounces it off the boards and in behind the Flames net. Icing waved off as Bean goes back to get it. Plays it into the near corner to Pahal, who gives it to Longberg. Longberg, though, gives it away to Lorenz, who throws it in behind Wolf's net again. Here's Pahal. Left wing side to Bean. He'll bounce the puck out. Rooney will catch up to it. Cross the Maple Leafs line and leave it right wing side for Longberg, who shoots, and Ball punches the puck into the far corner. Nylander will take it behind his net and leave it for Carlo, who after spending 9 seasons with the Bruins was traded to the Maple Leafs for one of the team's top prospects, Fraser Minton, and a conditional first-round pick, along with a fourth-round pick back on March 7th. Maple Leafs kind of pushing their chips to the middle of the table, trading one of their top 2 prospects and a couple of first-round picks at the deadline.
Yeah, Carlo's a great pickup for the Leafs, though.
Here's Riley with a shot to the left point, knocked down in front, and now centered, and Holmberg can't corral it. And now Tavares holds it in and centers it. Nylander dangles in, and Wolf knocks it down. It's loose, and he makes another spectacular save. Dustin Wolf keeping the Flames in this game. And now Coleman will chase it into the Maple Leaf zone, but he's beaten back by Tanev as Tavares will skate the puck out to center. Tavares across the Flames line. Tavares with a shot wide of Wolf's net. As we're into the final 60 seconds of the first period now. Nice with a giveaway. Here comes Huberdeau the other way. Huberdeau will drop it. Anderson steps in and shoots and scores! And then stares down a Maple Leafs fan sitting in the first row. Rasmus Anderson rips the puck off the goalpost and in and ties the game at 1.
Well, none of this happens without that massive save from Dustin Wolf just seconds before, and the Flames go down and come back into their own end again. But I mean, that's something that you really build off of when your goaltender makes a save like that. And what a pass by Jonathan Huberdeau on the entry, and a great job. Rasmus Anderson, he's the third attacker on the rush. Martin Pospisil drives the net, drives the defender back, and just a perfectly placed shot by Rasmus Anderson. You love to see that from him, moving his feet, jumping up in the play, shooting the puck, and he scores a big one.
Snaps an 11-game goalless streak, his first goal in more than a month, and Mick, all of a sudden he's got a 3-game point streak, and that's since he snapped a 9-game pointless streak. So Rasmus Anderson starting to heat up offensively, and for a Flames team that has struggled to score, they need everybody chipping in, don't they?
No, they really do, and you can kind of feel it coming for a little while from him.
Here comes Huberdeau. He set Anderson up. Huberdeau hit by Nyes. We've got a battle for the puck along the near boards. Pops out of the pile to Marner, and he'll lift it up in the air and out to center ice. Hanley will back it up to Weegar. Over the final 30 seconds of the first period now. And the Flames have tied the game at 1. I'm trying to play it in. He'll skate it in. Now he coughs it up as McCabe will bank it off the end boards and into the near corner to Tanev. He sends it out to center. Nyes will leave the puck for Matthews with 10 seconds to play in the period. He reverses it to Tanev, who gives the puck to McCabe. So the Leafs are happy to head to the room tied at 1, and that's exactly what these two teams will do. As the opening 20 minutes are in the books here at Scotiabank Arena in Toronto. Max Domi scoring his 6th from Simon Benoit, and Oliver Ekman-Larsson at 1:47 makes it 1-0 Toronto. But after giving up a goal in the first 2 minutes, the Flames get it back in the final minute of the opening period. Rasmus Anderson with his 9th of the season from Jonathan Huberdeau and Martin Pospisil at 19-12. And the Flames and the Maple Leafs are tied at 1 through 20 minutes tonight.
Now the Flames will be pretty happy heading into the dressing room after that first period, tied at 1, and just some incredible saves from Dustin Wolf. He was outstanding in that first period. Thought the Flames did a pretty good job of not giving up too much early on, but then he had to absolutely stand on his head. And I mean, that's a massive goal with just 48 seconds left in the period as well. The Flames should be feeling pretty good heading into the second.
Absolutely. Shots on goal in the opening period. Toronto with 14. Calgary with 6, and that's despite the fact the Flames had the only 2 power plays in the opening 20 minutes tonight. They go 0 for 2 on the power play, built by, homes by Abbey, but Flames have been more disciplined of late, which is good to see. They don't give the Maple Leafs any power plays in the opening period of this one. Flames penalty kill is powered by Wolf Cadillac Calgary. Take advantage of grand opening specials, including credit offers of up to $20,000 on select new 2024 models at Wolf Cadillac Calgary's brand new standalone dealership at 756 101 Street Southwest, just off of Stony Trail and Old Banff Coach Road. So Domi for Toronto, Anderson for Calgary. The Maple Leafs and Flames tied at 1 on St. Patrick's Day. Looking forward to the second period, but before that, let's send it to our downtown studio where Pat Steinberg is standing by with our Prairie Honda first intermission.
Well, the Flames will be happy to survive period number 1 in a 1-1 tie. At last check, they have not updated till the end of the period. High dangers 10-1 in favor of Toronto. The Flames definitely playing against the current in period number 1, but they've got a 1-1 tie. They survived it, and that was kind of what the Flames needed to do. Survive period number 1. They've done that, and now even going to period number 2 as we welcome you to our first intermission. It's brought to you by Prairie Honda. Need more power and efficiency in your lineup? Meet the 2025 Honda CR-V Sport with rates from $1 1.49%. Visit prairiehonda.ca. Well, lots of talk about Dustin Wolf and his Calder Trophy candidacy. Well, if you're looking for a national spotlight and if you're looking for a great performance in the biggest hockey market in the world, well, Dustin Wolf's giving you exactly that. As I mentioned, high dangers. They have only updated till about 58 seconds to go in the first period. 10-1 in favor of Toronto. Honestly, that was a very one-sided period. Calgary pretty fortunate to be out of that period in a 1-1 tie, but they'll take it knowing the desperation they're playing with right now. Last check, 5-on-5 possession. Flames were 34.2%. 5-on-5 shot attempts were 25-13. So, the Flames spent, except for the 2 power plays, which gave them a little bit of momentum, the Flames were essentially on their heels the entire first period. But when you're playing in a period like that, and when you are essentially the second best team on the ice for the entire period, you've got to get good goaltending. Check, as Dustin Wolf gave him that. Even the goal that goes in, not much he can do on that one off the initial save, and then right place, right time for Domi. And then 3, 4, 10 bell stops from Wolf before the Anderson goal. And so if you're going to break it the other way, if you're the Flames and you've been completely hemmed in at 5-on-5 all period, well, you got to be opportunistic. And Jonathan Huberdeau made no mistake as he made a pass that really only he is going to make. He hooks it back to Rasmus Anderson, and Anderson walks right in and rifles it for his 9th of the year past Joe Wall. No big stop for the Maple Leafs goaltender on that one. And in the final minute, it is a 1-1 tie as a result. Couple of texts, 960. This says, forget Calder voting. Can we get some Vezina love for Wolf? Boy, does he ever look like Jonathan Quick. Hey, I've been banging the Vezina Trophy drum for Wolf for a few weeks now, and I still am very much on that beat. I absolutely think it is a very valid conversation on the Dustin Wolf front. And hey, if that were to happen, I don't think he's going to win it. I think it's Connor Hellebuck's trophy to win, but the way he's playing, I don't think it is out of the question at all that this guy should and will get Vezina Trophy votes when it's all said and done. And a Calder/Vezina performance in the first period from Dustin Wolf has the Flames even. It's 1-1 after 20 minutes of play in Toronto. Flames are going to need to be much better in the final 40 minutes of play if they're going to want 2 points tonight. Hey, we'll be heading back to the broadcast booth soon, brought to you by South Point Toyota. It's time to Toyota under the tower with hundreds of new Toyotas arriving daily. Get financing as low as 0% OAC, 0 down, and no payments until September 2025. This is Calgary Flames hockey on Sportsnet 960 The Fan.
On air and online, this is your home of Calgary Flames hockey. Brought to you by Eastside Dodge and Shane Holmes. Sportsnet 960 The Fan.
Country Hills Ford, Brent speaking.
Hey Brent, it's your wife Jody on line 2.
Oh hey, what's up?
I'm looking for a quickie.
A quickie? Now?
Brent, I'm talking about a quick oil change.
You bet, because at Country Hills Ford, we now offer no appointment express lane service.
Fast, friendly, and convenient. Drive in for your no appointment oil change today at Country Hills Ford. Only minutes from the Calgary Airport.
When you want your power team to be as reliable as your power supply, you need a partner who understands. That's why members like Mike from Corney Farms choose Equus.
The partnership with Equus is based upon service communication and reliability. They stick to their word, and they actually have a physical presence in the community as well.
Local, responsive, and dedicated to your success. Experience the Equus difference. Choose community. Choose Equus. Become a member today at equs.ca.
Give me a P. P. Give me an O. O. Give me an L. L. Give me a Y. Y. Give me a B. B. What's that spell? Polly B. Where do we want it?
As far away as possible. Really
Not in my house.
Who would want that?
If you have gray pipes in your home, it could be Poly B, which is prone to leaks and bursts. Canyon Plumbing and Heating specializes in Poly B removal and replacement. Call them for a free site assessment and accurate quote for your project. Learn more at canyonplumbing.com.
At Woolsey, we're the people behind your projects. When you visit one of our branches, you're not just getting products, you're getting expert guidance from our knowledgeable associates. We're here to help you find the right solutions for every job, fast. No one knows your needs like we do. Whether you shop at one of our branches or online at WoolseyExpress.com, experience the difference our team makes in keeping your projects on track. Your project, our priority.
On air and online, this is your home of Calgary Flames hockey. Brought to you by Alberta Ford Dealers and Shane Holmes. Sportsnet 960, The Fan. Time to break down the first 20 minutes. You're locked on Flames Talk at the intermission with Pat Steinberg. Sportsnet 960 The Fan, Calgary.
Okay, Flames and Maple Leafs tied 1-1 after 20 minutes of play as we continue along from Scotiabank Arena, and it's time to hop inside the Flames Time Machine, brought to you by Paradise Bay Hot Tubs. For all your hot tub and patio needs, come see them at GoParadiseBay.com. And today we are wishing happy 46th birthday to former Flames D-man Andrew Ference, who was born in Edmonton on this date in 1979. He was originally acquired from Pittsburgh back in February of 2003 and would go on to play 224 games as a member of the Flames. Also played in 26 games, all 26 games the Flames played in the run to Game 7 of the Stanley Cup Final in 2004, a run that Andrew Ference looks back on, rather favorably.
I mean, what a group of guys. I mean, that was such an incredible experience to, I went into Pittsburgh at the start of my career and played with, guys who I had posters, on my walls of, I got, Lemieux and Yager, like all those guys. It was an incredible experience, but Calgary was the first time when it was, like playing with a group of brothers, that was, you talk about, the magic of getting the right mixture of guys in a room and with Daryl kind of leading us all. It was a incredible time for all of us, and to make a run, it's still, I'm sure it still hurts me just as much as everybody else in Calgary and my fellow teammates that we couldn't pull off the cup win, but still looking back, I mean, what a special time for I think for the city and obviously us as players that got to experience that time.
So Andrew Ference was a big part of that run to Game 7 of the Stanley Cup Final 21 years ago, and happy 46th birthday to former Flames D-man Andrew Ference today. Also, happy 36th birthday to current captain Michael Backlund as he turns 36 today as well. It is the Flames and Maple Leafs tied 1-1 after 20 minutes of play. By the way, that's our look down memory lane. That's our look inside the Flames Time Machine, brought to you by Paradise Bay Hot Tubs. Yes, 1-1 after 20 in Toronto. Flames and Maple Leafs. And stay with us during tonight's post-game show for the save of the game, brought to you by Shane Holmes. For every save a Flames goaltender makes, Shane Holmes donates $5 to Kids Sport Calgary. Visit ShaneHolmes.com, the better way to build. Time now for your first period scoring summary, and the Maple Leafs came out with a point to prove, and they were not happy about their last game on Saturday night and scored early tonight.
Here's Max Domi, back to the left point. Oliver Ekman-Larsson slides it across the line. Simon Benoit with a shot stop, rebound, they score! Max Domi slaps the puck past Dustin Wolf, and just 1 minute and 47 seconds in, it is 1-0 Maple Leafs.
Number 6 on the year for Max Domi, Simon Benoit, and Oliver Ekman-Larsson, the assists at 1:47. Maple Leafs had a 1-0 lead. They carried that lead into the final minute of period number 1 and had significant opportunities to go up by 2 or more, but Dustin Wolf, spectacular in the opening 20 minutes of play, and allowed the Flames to hang in it and be one shot away from tying it.
Nice with a giveaway. Here comes Huberdeau the other way. Huberdeau will drop it. Anderson steps in and shoots and scores! and then stares down a Maple Leafs fan sitting in the first row. Rasmus Andersson rips the puck off the goalpost and in and ties the game at 1.
For Rasmus Andersson, his 9th of the season. Great pass from Jonathan Huberdeau, and Martin Pospisil, the other assist at 19-12. That's why this game is all square 1-1 after 20 minutes of play. Shots in the first period, 14-6 in favor of Toronto. Flames go 0 for 2 on the power play. Maple Leafs still looking for their first man advantage, and it is 1-1 Calgary-Toronto after 20 minutes of play. Now that's your first period scoring summary. Now the out-of-town scoreboard, brought to you by your Alberta Ford dealers. If you're looking for a truck that's smart and tough, get yourself into the 2024 Ford F-150. For details, visit your Alberta Ford store or Ford.ca today. Okay, here's what's happening on the NHL ice right now. It's a 5-game schedule in the NHL tonight. They're late in the second period in Boston. Bruins and Buffalo Sabres tied 2-2. Peyton Krebs and Owen Power have the goals for Buffalo. Pavel Zacha, Morgan Geekie, the 2 markers for Boston. Also, second period in Tampa Bay. Nikita Kucherov's 29th of the year has the Lightning up 1-0 on Philadelphia. New Jersey has goals from Jesper Bratt and Timo Meier. They both hit the 20-goal plateau with their goals, and the Devils lead Columbus 2-0 late in the second period. Late first period, Adrian Kempe's 28th of the year has the LA Kings leading the Minnesota Wild by a 1-0 score in that game. 5 games overall on the NHL ice tonight. And it is obviously this game coast to coast on Prime between the Flames and Maple Leafs. That's your out-of-town scoreboard, brought to you by your Alberta Ford dealers. Well, the Flames not only survived the first period and kept it close, they survived the first period and are still tied. Despite a ton of Maple Leafs chances, an absolutely spectacular performance from Dustin Wolf and a late goal from Rasmus Andersson has this game all square 1-1 as we wrap up our first intermission, which has been brought to you by Prairie Honda. Derek Wills, Megan Mickelson standing by. They've got second period play-by-play around the corner. It's Max Domi for Toronto, answered by Rasmus Andersson for Toronto, and we've got the second period next. This is Calgary Flames hockey on Sportsnet 960 The Fan.
On air and online, this is your home of Calgary Flames hockey. Brought to you by Wolf Cadillac and Alpine Credits. Sportsnet 960, The Fan.
An Arctic spa from Paradise Bay makes hot tubbing easy. Their exclusive Forever Floor is engineered to sit on any level surface, eliminating costly and painful site prep. The revolutionary auto care water system, Spa Boy, takes away all the hassles of water care. From their comprehensive delivery and setup to the online proactive monitoring of your spa, they're making it easier for everyone to enjoy the benefits of owning an Arctic spa. You deserve one. Find your Arctic spa at goparadisebay.com.
Hey, Paul Brandt here. You know what I'm a fan of? Alberta. The wide open spaces, the highways and byways, and a rugged, beautiful terrain that I'm proud to call home. Maybe that's why I'm also a fan of my Ford F-150. It's tough, capable, and smart, which makes it a natural fit for roads like these. So if it's a new truck you're looking for, look no further than the truck Albertans love to drive, F-150. Head into your Alberta Ford dealer and tell them PV sent you.
Alpine News Network is here live with one of our superheroes.
Joe and Lucy needed a new roof and reached out to Alpine Credits. I flew over to help them with a home renovation loan. I suggested they transform their house into a giant robot head, beams that shoot from the eyes. Pew, pew. Instead, they just went with shingles. But it's pretty glorious.
Own your home? Need a loan? Alpine Credits can help.
Alpine Credits, where homeowners get approved.
It's game time. You're listening to Calgary Flames hockey on Sportsnet 960, The Fan.
Truth be told, the Flames probably should be behind and maybe should be behind by multiple goals in this game, but they aren't. A little luck of the Irish on St. Patrick's Day. They'll take it. As Max Domi opened scoring, 1:47 into the hockey game, and then it was the Dustin Wolf show for most of the first period. He kept his team within one, and then in the final minute, Rasmus Andersson ties the hockey game up, and it is Toronto 1 and Calgary 1 through 20 minutes here at Scotiabank Arena. Derek Wills alongside Megan Mickelson. You and I liked the Flames start. They were good defensively. The Maple Leafs weren't doing much, especially after they scored the 1-0 goal. what happened, because for quite some time the Flames were underwater in that first period.
Yeah, just a few lapses. In particular, though, I think the problem was that they were letting the Maple Leafs get in behind the D. And, you saw it. It was either a turnover at the blue line, whether it was the offensive zone or the defensive zone. And then, the Leafs are really good at sneaking in behind you, creating either odd man rushes or the breakaway opportunities that they had. So that's an area that they could definitely clean up, just minimizing those turnovers and making sure that you're not giving up odd man rushes as well. But I said the Flames should be happy with where they're at right now, and I would stand by that. And considering that the Maple Leafs had 10 high danger chances according to Natural Stat Trick, to the Flames 1. So happy that they have come out of that first period tied. Happy that their goaltender Dustin Wolf stood on his head, and happy that they're still fighting in this one.
Well, the Flames haven't been the most opportunistic team this season, so a one shot and one high danger chance. They probably had that coming. But it's a brand new hockey game as we get set to start the second. And in the second period, the Flames with their red jerseys on tonight with yellow and white trim will move from right to left on your radios. The Maple Leafs wearing their St. Pat's jerseys, white with green trim. They'll move from left to right. So Kadri versus Matthews to start the second period. Back-to-back games against his two former teams for Nazem Kadri. Of course, he won a Stanley Cup with the Avalanche. Faced them on Friday night. And back to where it all started, with the Maple Leafs organization. It's Marner streaking in. Marner taken down by Kadri, and we've got a penalty call coming up. And just 9 seconds into the second period, the Maple Leafs will head to the power play. The Flames to a Wolf Calgary penalty kill.
See, but there's another opportunity where the Maple Leafs are on an odd man rush, and it starts Mitch Marner goes right by Nazem Kadri, so not a turnover, but just getting beat one-on-one, and Kadri sort of has to take him down to prevent a 2-on-1 against Joel Hanley.
Hey, take one hand off your stick, probably going to get caught. So, Leafs on the power play, and this is where the first game between these two teams turned back on February 4th. Flames took some penalties. Maple Leafs made them pay. There's Matthews in the near circle. They'll play the puck back to Marner. He slides it up the far side to Nylander. Nylander into the far circle, shoots right into the gut of the goaltender. Wolf knocks the puck down and covers it up and freezes it for a face-off.
Oh, I think you're okay giving up that shot. It's a perimeter shot from William Nylander. Obviously, he can fire the puck, but what the Leafs really try to look for on their power play, and what's the most dangerous, is seam passes through the middle of the ice, backdoor plays, looking for the guy in the bumper position, so he'll give up those shots.
Here's Marner stepping in. He shoots and rips one high and wide of Wolf's net, and now Anderson, who tied this game up, will dump the puck down the ice. Wall out of his net. He'll move the puck to Marner. Skates it up the middle of the ice and now bumps it back, but his pass is read by Coleman, who is beaten there by Matthews, and he slides it left wing side to Nyes, who fumbles it, and will chase it in behind the Flames net. Weir clears it up the near boards, but not out. Tavares protects the puck, spins, and gets all wrapped up by Coleman, and Coleman steals it from him and dumps it down the ice. On the power play this season, the Maple Leafs are at 24.0%. That is 10th in the NHL. On the penalty kill, the Flames at 75.0%, 26th in the league, but 21 for 22 in the last 7 games, and they've got an NHL high 95.3 penalty kill percentage in the month of March. Puck fireboards picked up by Nylander. Back it up to the blue line to Marner. Takes a shot and now makes a pass to Matthews, who spins into the near quarter and drops Marner. One touches it. Nylander shoots and scores. William Nylander with an 89.9 mile an hour one-timer that beats Dustin Wolf. The Maple Leafs score a power play goal and take a 2-1 lead.
Yeah, the one-timer shots are not the ones you want to give up, especially when it's a guy like Nylander taking those shots. And the Leafs do a good job. They work it right around the top. Matthews sort of pulls coverage over to the one side of the ice, gives it up to Marner. over to William Nylander, and Rasmus Andersson isn't able to get across the ice in time to get himself into that shot lane, and that's a cannon from Nylander, and again, a high shot on Dustin Wolf.
Toronto outshooting Calgary 17-6, and the Maple Leafs are back out in front. Hanley clears it up the near boards. Coleman will clear it out, and now we've got another penalty call coming up.
They called a high stick, I believe, on Nick Robertson, and Joel Hanley was checking himself for blood.
Might be 4.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's just on the forecheck, and Joel Hanley...
Nope.
Just 2. Joel Hanley rims the puck around, and Nick Robertson, who's in on the forecheck, gets a stick and smokes Hanley right in the face.
Well, not the best night for Nick Robertson so far.
No.
One of the silliest penalties we've ever seen, and now a careless high sticking penalty. The Flames with the chance to tie things up on the power play as Weegar shoots. That shot gets blocked by Matthews, though, and the Maple Leafs captain actually plays the puck with a broken stick, but does so effectively, clearing it down the ice. As they announce the go-ahead goal, Weegar will skate the puck to center and slip it near side to Huberdeau. Moves it across to Coronado. Crosses the Maple Leafs line. Tries a pass, but it's off a skate and bounces back to the right point to Kadri. He chops the puck to Coronado. Coronado will leave it behind for Kadri, who kicks the puck to his stick. Stick handles to get around Nyes and walks into the far corner with it. Kadri protecting it. Spins and plays it right point to Weegar. Moves it high slot. Coronado bumps it to Frost, who shoots. That puck deflects off a leg and goes just wide of Wall's net. Puck to the right point, held in by Weegar. Slips it near side to Frost. Frost glides in, throws it to the net. Huberdeau tries a backhand, but it ends up bouncing up the far boards to Kadri, who drops it to Weegar. Weegar back to Kadri with a one-timer stop. Rebound, Frost scores! Morgan Frost snaps the puck past Joseph Wall. He scores in his hometown, and he ties this game at 2.
Oh, it's an absolute beauty, too, and have to be happy for Morgan Frost. I chatted with him this morning. He talked about how excited he was for the game, but it comes off of really good puck movement again from the Flames on this power play. Weegar moves it down to Kadri, a one-timer shot, rebound booted right out to Morgan Frost, who's coming down off the flank, and that's exactly what you want to do when you're that half-wall player. Come down ice with speed, picks up the rebound, and absolutely buries it.
And now they might be challenging this.
Ron was challenging the play to see if the play was offside prior to the goal.
Well, they challenged that one pretty quickly, and the look on Frost's face just changed. He had a big smile on his face, and now he's like, what? Really?
Probably
take that goal away in my hometown, my dad in the building? Come on.
A bit of a, are you kidding me?
Yeah. All right, we'll let you know what we see on the replay here, but quick challenge by Craig Berube with some assistance from Sam Kim and Jordan Beam, the Maple Leafs video coaches. So with it being an offside challenge, the linesmen are over at the timekeeper's box having a look at the tablet. We still haven't had a good look here, Mick.
No, we haven't had a second look at all.
Maybe they can zoom in on that tablet for us.
Yeah. Oh, there, they got it up on the jumbo now, so.
Gonna need another look. That was not decisive, that one.
Oh, just got to look at Craig Berube standing on the Leafs bench, too. He didn't look so sure himself.
So a big moment in this game. The Flames have been completely outplayed tonight. But if this goal stands, it'll be 2-2. I don't know that that's offside, Mick.
I don't know either, especially, I mean, we're getting a look at it now from the other side. It's too hard to tell. Both angles that we're getting, you're looking clear straight across the blue line, whether it's from one side or the other. I mean, the Flames have players straight across, and you can't see where the puck is because players' bodies are blocking the camera angle.
The player in question is Nazem Kadri.
Yes.
And he's right up along the boards.
Yeah.
On the right-hand side of the ice. And it's tough to tell if he dragged his leg or didn't, or beat the puck in or didn't, based on what we've seen on the reviews. But linesmen are having a long look here. Now, it's important to point out that the call on the ice is a good goal, so they need evidence to overturn it.
Yep. Well, and the linesmen are clearly having a tough time seeing as well if they're taking this much time with it. Normally offside, it's pretty cut and dry. But they're still down there looking at it.
Well, if this goal stands, it'll be Morgan Frost's first in 11 games and third goal and 6th point in 16 games since joining the Flames. Following that trade with the Flyers that brought him and Joel Farabee into town. This might be the longest offside challenge I can remember this season. Yeah. Normally they're pretty quick, to your point.
Yeah, for sure. This is definitely the longest. I mean, you like that they're taking their time with it, though, because this is a goal that you definitely want to get right.
This might give us a little bit better idea.
See, but Nazem Kadri's dragging his back foot along the ice, so I guess it's a matter of is his skate off the ice? Is it on the ice? And I mean, you can't even really tell from that camera angle either.
That's the best angle we've seen, but to your point, you can't, and it doesn't have to be on the ice anymore, right? It's now
that's right, yep.
Just the plane of the blue line. Mick, I don't know how you overturn this. Based on the angles we've seen, I don't know how you overturn this, but they might have some different angles inside of the Situation Room here in Toronto, but this is taking too long. If you haven't figured it out by now, it's probably a good goal.
Exactly.
Right?
Well, now they brought the referee over as well. Maybe they want a third and fourth opinion, and I mean, you're at a point, too, where it's taking so long that the players are getting off the bench.
Here we go.
The review. The call was deemed to be offside, therefore we got no goal. Please reset the clock to 17:44, and we got to readjust the penalty also.
It's such a...
Well, maybe they saw an angle we didn't.
Yeah,
but based on what we saw, I don't know how they overturned that. So, take that goal off the board, and it's still the Maple Leafs 2 and the Flames 1. And I can tell you who's not happy. It's Morgan Frost.
Yeah. Just go score another one.
Yeah. Yeah, 4 Flames lined up right across the blue line there.
Yeah.
Now, the last angle we just saw, which was a freeze frame, you couldn't see the puck. Like, Calgary was clearly in the zone, but you couldn't see the puck.
And from either side that we saw, straight across the blue line, they had both sides shown, and you couldn't see the puck on either side. So, I mean, it's interesting.
Some of the media in front of us, they've got it up on their laptop, and they're shaking their heads, too. So, at least we're not the only ones, Mick. Okay, so it's 2-1 again. The Flames are still in the power play for another minute and 37 seconds. We'll see if they can officially get that goal back, which still hasn't come off the scoreboard here at Scotiabank Arena, now it's off. Here comes Weegar, speeding through the neutral zone. Weegar end-to-end, spins to the near boards and drops to Frost, but that play is offside.
That play's definitely awesome.
Still a minute 20 remaining in the Robertson penalty. 17:27 to play in the second period. I wish reviews didn't take that long.
Yeah.
It just feels like it kind of sucked the life out of the building.
Well, and out of the Flames power play, too. I mean, you have a minute and 20 left on the power play here now, and you're still trying to get your juice back.
Comes Kadri, former Maple Leaf, then up the right wing side, slips the puck to Frost, backs into the far corner. Frost will give it back to Kadri, who backs it up to the blue line to Weegar, who fakes a shot and makes a pass to Coronado. He leaves it near side for Frost. It goes back to the blue line to Weegar. Weegar, top of the near circle to Coronado with a shot, blocked, rebound, and Coronado tries to corral it. Instead, he bats it back to the blue line to Weegar, who slides it near circle to Frost. Frost tries a pass, has it blocked, battles for the puck in front, and boots it into the far corner, but Kadri can't get to it, and it's knocked down the ice by Benoit. Weegar will retrieve the puck inside of his zone with 40 seconds remaining in the Maple Leafs penalty. Weegar drops it to Coronado, who crosses the red line. And now the Maple Leafs blue line, but it's checked, and Anderson will have to recover the puck at center. Now half a minute remaining in this Homes by Abbey power play as the Flames try to tie the game at 2 again. Tanev, though, maybe the best penalty-killing defenseman in the league, will shoot the puck down the ice, and his former teammate Anderson will pick it up. And now back it up to Farabee. Slides it to Sharon Govich. Crosses the Maple Leafs line and drops right wing side to Klapka. Klapka coughs it up. Farabee picks it up and drops right point to Anderson. Anderson back to Farabee. Farabee walks into the far corner. Takes it behind the net and centers. Coleman shoots and Wall makes a blocker save. Now Sharangovich will grab it. Tries a shot but fans on it. And now backhands it in behind the net to Klapka. Maple Leafs penalty is over. Flames thought they had tied the game at 2, but a successful challenge by Craig Berube gets that goal overturned on an offside. And it's still Toronto 2 and Calgary 1 as we pass the 4-minute mark of the second period here at Scotiabank Arena. Lomberg into the forecheck. Will pick it up, take it in behind the net, try to cut in front, but he has it knocked off his stick smartly by Lawton. Now the Maple Leafs will lift it up in the air and into the Flame zone. Bouncing around like a rubber ball. Nice trying to settle it down, does. Now gets pushed off the puck by Rooney as Hanley will take over and wheel up the right wing side across his blue line to the red line and slide it left wing boards to Rooney. Rooney to Hanley with a shot, booted away by Wall. Well, that was a nice rush up the ice by Kevin Rooney and Joel Hanley of all guys.
Yeah, some great speed from Rooney. He's had a lot more jump in his step lately, but love that Joel Hanley jumped up.
The Maple Leafs now led by Nylander. He's got the go-ahead goal in this game. Nylander always plays well against his hometown team. Is knocked off the puck by Rooney, but Pospisil can't get it up and is now slow to get up. Here's Tavares out of the far corner. Tries to drop it. His pass ends up rolling right to Wolf, and he'll cover the puck. And now some more pushing and shoving after the whistle.
Well, it's something we've seen time and time again. It's just the guys coming in to defend Dustin Wolf, and I mean that comes after some really strong opportunities and shots for the Flames, and talked about the one from Joel Hanley. That was a great opportunity. Prior to that, Joel Farabee makes a really nice play down low in the offensive zone, finds Blake Coleman on the backside. So the Flames starting to, I think, 5-on-5 get to their game a little bit more from an offensive standpoint. And I mean, the last couple minutes have been strong. It's something you want to try to build off of here, and knowing that you're very much in this hockey game.
Dustin Wolf having a long conversation with one of the referees here. The knob of his stick stuck in the net. I don't think that's what it was about, though, Mick. They bumped him a few times tonight, and he's probably not happy about that. Face-off coming up to his right, just past the 5-minute mark of the second period. Maple Leafs out shooting the Flames 17-7. And it's Toronto 2 and Calgary 1 tonight. Calgary wins a defensive zone draw, and Weegar will lift it up in the air and out. Puck bounces by Huberdeau. Riley will drop it, and Ekman Larsson slides it through the neutral zone and back into Flames territory where Weegar will take over. Weegar misses with a pass, though, and now Marner centers it in front. Nylander drops it. Matthews corrals it and shoots it. That shot gets blocked by Weegar, and he'll slide it up the near side to Kadri, who knocks it out to the neutral zone. And from center, Farabee will chip the puck in, and Huberdeau will chase it. Huberdeau wraps up Ekman Larsson. That allows Farabee to get in and center it. Kadri shoots and is stopped by Wall. Boom with a blast, and he's stopped by the Maple Leafs goaltender.
And again, you can feel the Flames. Their game is starting to come here, and Joel Farabee's a guy, he's had a really strong game tonight, and just what he's been able to create in the offensive zone. And the Flames keep this going, they're going to end up popping one in here real soon.
Face-off coming up to Wall's right. Frost, who thought he had scored in his hometown in front of his family and friends, out there to take the draw against the guy who does have a goal in this game in Domi. A scramble draw. Tanev comes up with the puck and leaves it for McCabe, who clears it up the far boards, not out. Anderson holds it in, walks it in and shoots it, and is stopped. Puck bounces around in front, and Yarncroke will grab it and lift it off the glass and out to center. Ball will dump it back in. Tanev hustles back to get it. Frost in hot pursuit of him is going to fight for it along the end boards. Domi whacks it away from Coleman. Domi backhanded out to the neutral zone. Ball and Yarncroke get all tangled up as Coronado picks the puck up and brings it back in and leaves it right wing side for Coleman. Coleman into the feet of Anderson. Back to Coleman, back to Anderson with a slap shot, and it's gobbled up by the goaltender, and Wall will hold on. And we'll take a break with 13:32 to play in period number 2 here at Scotiabank Arena in Toronto. We're on a second period power play goal by William Nylander, his 38th for Mitch Marner and Auston Matthews. That goal scored at 1:39, and it's the Maple Leafs 2 and the Flames won. And this is Calgary Flames hockey on Sportsnet 960 and streaming on the Sportsnet app.
On air and online, this is your home of Calgary Flames hockey. Brought to you by Canyon Plumbing and Heating and South Point Toyota. Sportsnet 960, The Fan.
Big news, Calgary. The wait is over. Canada's newest Chevrolet Buick GMC dealership is now open. Find Wolf Calgary at 756 101st Street Southwest, just off Stony Trail on Old Banff Coach Road. Experience Canada's newest Chevy Buick GMC dealership with over 40 service bays, plus standalone Cadillac dealership with concierge service. Be among the first to explore Wolf Calgary's state-of-the-art showrooms. Visit them in person or online at wolfcadillacCalgary.com.
Homes by Avi believes every home should be for the authentic you, built with spaces you'll enjoy and use for years to come. Homes designed for rainy days or new arrivals, dirty paws, or hallway races, typical teens, or movie nights. After all, this is where you're going to live. Homes by Avi, built for you, designed for life.
You're listening to Calgary Flames hockey.
We're about to bring the war right now. Sound the alarm.
On your home of the Flames, Sportsnet 960, The Fan.
Well, Canada's national junior A champion will be crowned in Calgary at the 2025 Centennial Cup. The Calgary Canucks will host teams from across Canada from May 8th to 18th at the Max Bell Centre. Get your tickets at hockeycanada.ca/Centennial Cup.
I think William Nylander likes playing against his hometown team.
Yeah.
He had 2 goals, 3 assists, and a career-high 5 points in a 5-4 overtime victory in Calgary back on December 10th of 2022. And then scored a second career hat trick in a 6-3 victory at Scotiabank Saddledome on February 4th. And he's got another goal and point tonight. Make it 30 points in 24 career games against the Flames for Nylander. And his second period goal is the difference in this hockey game. It's Toronto 2 and Calgary 1. Comes Huberdeau, and up the left wing side, he whips it past to Anderson, who shoots, and that weak shot is gloved by Wall, who holds on, and now Pospisil gets thrown into the end boards and swarmed by 3 members of the Maple Leafs. This tends to be when Martin Pospisil's at his best, though, when he's drawing this type of attention, Mick.
Yeah, exactly, and he's in there. He's just trying to stir the pot a little bit, and what he's doing on this play, and kind of what starts it, is the point shot from Rasmus Andersson comes through, and Martin Pospisil's driving hard to the net, and Nazem Kadri as well just about provides a flash screen. So, that's what you love to see from both Martin Pospisil and Nazem Kadri. But Ryan Huska talking about Pospisil this morning and saying that he's played his best hockey of the year since coming out of that Four Nations break. He has been physical. He's been using his speed back to his game.
Sharangovich wins an offensive zone draw. Looked like a set play, but Weegar can't get a shot to the net. And here comes Nyes out to center. He crosses the red line, and now the Flames blue line. Marner will chop the puck into the near corner to Riley, who bats it up the far boards to Matthews. Bounces it off a skate into the corner to Nyes, who spins away from Sharangovich and centers, but his pass misses Matthews in front. Here's Riley, near half boards to Marner. Backs up to the blue line and gives it back to Matthews. Maple Leafs captain spins and shoots off the goalpost. Nyes might have got a piece of the puck, but it ends up hitting the iron to Wolf's left. That's the second post for the Maple Leafs tonight. Comes Farabee. Trying to tie this thing up. Comes it up the right wing side, but is stripped of the puck by Riley as Matthews will clear it out to center. Bean steps up, picks it up, and knocks it in. Matthews back to get it. They'll leave it behind for Riley. Riley will glide out to center and slide it up the right wing boards to Carlo, who slides it in behind the Flames net as the Maple Leafs start the change. Here's Bean with a pass ahead to Lomberg. Taps the puck to Klapka. Klapka protecting it, shoots it pinballs around and goes into the far corner, and now it's thrown down the ice by Tavares, right in on Wolf, so no icing call as the Flames rookie goalie plays it. Now Klapka gives it to Pahal, who crosses the red line, takes a shot from Tavares and backhands it in behind Wall's net. Flames will start the change as Nylander will slide it across the ice to McCabe. And now Nylander gets it back and plays it in behind Wolf's net. Ball tries to clear but can't. Holmberg holds it in but gets hit by Ball in the far corner, and now taken down by the big Flames defenseman as Klapka will lift it up in the air and into the Maple Leaf zone.
Well, it's an effective shift for the Flames' fourth line against the Maple Leafs' top line of Nyes, Matthews, and Marner. And if your fourth line can provide that type of matchup, if you're Ryan Huska, you have to be pretty happy. Obviously, that's something that they're missing with Michael Backlund being out of the lineup, is just ensuring that you have that matchup against the other team's top line, which is obviously a lot more difficult on the road, but the fourth line doing a great job on that last shift.
At the time of his injury, Michael Backlund led the NHL in defensive zone faceoffs and was second in the league in shorthanded faceoffs, so he was doing a lot of heavy lifting.
Yep.
Flames miss their captain, but we did not miss his birthday. Happy 36th birthday to the one and only Michael Backlund. I know he wishes he was with his teammates, but at least he's with his family. Celebrate number 36. We hope that Bax is back soon.
Yeah, happy birthday.
Connor Zary will be back soon. Expect to see him in the lineup tomorrow night when the Flames take to the ice at Madison Square Garden in New York City for Game 2 of their 4-game road trip. Big game against the Rangers team that, much like the Flames, is fighting for a playoff spot in their conference. Mantle muscle the puck up the far side. Over to Benoit. Gives it to Ekman-Larsson. With a point in the first period, is now just 2 away from 500 in his career. It's it in deep. Puck centered. Robertson shoots and scores. On a nice pass from Max Domi, Nick Robertson one-times the puck past Dustin Wolf and makes it 3-1 Maple Leafs.
Yeah, that all starts with Max Domi, who gets in on the forecheck, and the puck first is the Maple Leafs. I mean, they love to stretch the zone, and that's exactly what they do there. All three forwards leave the Maple Leaf zone. Max Domi negates the icing, gets to the puck first, and then Nick Robertson, I mean, what a weird game he's had. A beautiful pass from Domi below the goal line out to Robertson, who is all by himself in the slot.
Mick, he was all by himself with 4 Flames all within 5 feet.
Yeah, that's just a missed coverage. You have to pick up that guy. The Flames got caught puck watching there, in my opinion.
And it's a 2-goal game for the first time tonight. Here comes Anderson in, trying to get it back, tries to force it in front, but his pass to Pospisil's broken up. And here comes Marner the other way. Across the Flames line and leave it for Matthews. Matthews caught from behind by Pospisil. Nice hustle there by Martin Pospisil to close the gap on Auston Matthews and take the puck away before Maple Leaf sniper could shoot it. Comes Kadri the other way, trying to weave his way in. Kadri shoots and is stopped. Wall can't control the rebound, and as we'll leave it in behind the net for Riley as the Flames back off to start changing. Nyes will skate the puck across center and now into the Flame zone. Drops it off to Lawton, who slaps it in behind the net where it's picked up by Weegar, and he'll bank it off the boards to Frost, who springs Sharon Govich. He steps in and shoots, going for the 5-hole of Wall, and he squeezes his pads together and keeps the puck out. And we'll take a timeout with 9:28 to play in period number 2. Thanks in large part to Dustin Wolf. It was 1-1 after 1, but William Nylander scores a power play goal at 1:39, and Nick Robertson an even strength goal at 9:34, and it's now the Maple Leafs 3 and the Flames 1. And this is Calgary Flames hockey on Sportsnet 960 and streaming on the Sportsnet app.
On air and online, this is your home of Calgary Flames hockey. Brought to you by Homes by Abbey and Country Hills Ford. Sportsnet 960, The Fan.
Breaking story from Alpine News Network. Jan owns a home and a restaurant fusing French and Mexican cuisine. But she is fusing no more because her ovens have gone kaput. She heard about Alpine Credits, who sent over their speediest superhero. And a dash was approved for a business loan to fix her ovens. The hero even had some of her poutine nachos. Yum! Own your home? Need a loan? Alpine Credits can help.
Alpine Credits, where homeowners get approved.
At Glenmore Audi, luxury isn't just about the car you drive. It's about the experience. As a locally owned business, they're proud to introduce the Glenmore Audi Professional Association Program. If you belong to the Alberta Dental Association, Alberta Medical Association, Canadian Bar Association, or you are a broker or realtor for Royal LePage Real Estate, you may qualify for exclusive offers. For a list of qualifying associations, visit glenmoreaudi.com.
You're listening to Calgary Flames Hockey. On your home of the Flames, Sportsnet 960, The Fan.
A little bit less than 10 minutes to play in the second period. It's the Maple Leafs 3 and the Flames 1 as we bring you this game from the South Point Toyota broadcast booth. Hundreds of new Toyotas are arriving daily and on sale now, including executive-driven demos. It's time to Toyota under the tower at South Point Toyota. Face off coming up to Wall's right. I think the Flames are going to have to do a better job testing him tonight, trailing by 2.
Yeah, they've gotten more shots towards him, but, I mean, you got to get in his face, take his eyes away, make his night a lot more difficult than they have been.
Locking down Wall's net, Tanev slides it up the middle of the ice, ahead to Lawton. Lawton protecting it from Sharon Govich, works it up the left wing side, and puck is dumped in by Lorentz. Stanley takes a hit to make a play, and Flames clear it out. Irby knocked down, a little slow to get up, as Yarncroke worked it up the left wing side to Lawton. Dumps the puck in. Stanley will grab it and slide it up the left wing side to Farabee, who crosses the Maple Leafs blue line, spins and protects the puck, and throws it in front. Bounces by Sharon Govich, but Uyghur will knock it in behind the net. Benoit holding up Frost along the end boards, or make that hunt as the puck's picked up and brought out to center by Tavares. Tavares, left wing side, looking for a teammate. Puck just bouncing into the far corner where it's dug free by Holmberg. Rims it around, Ekman Larsson, and off the right point, collides with Pospisil, who goes down and is slow to get up as Anderson now hits Ekman Larsson. Tavares bumps Pospisil, who's back on his feet, as the puck is picked up by Ball, who flips it up the near side to Huberdeau. Huberdeau glides in, as they're whacked away by Benoit, but Kadri will grab it. Got a stick handle to the net. Gets forced behind the net by fellow number 91, Tavares, as Huberdeau takes over. Huberdeau to Bean with a shot. Blocked. He gets it back. Tries another shot. That one's also blocked as Holmberg got in the way of 2. Now Pontus Holmberg will spin and send it out to center. And Benoit will dump it in behind Wolf's net. It's past the 12-minute mark of the second period here at Scotiabank Arena in Toronto. It was 1-1 after 1. The Maple Leafs have scored 2 goals here in the second and lead the Flames 3-1 tonight. Flames have their fourth line out there. Kind of turn the tide as Clapton. Rooney are in there on the forecheck. Lomberg joins them. Rooney knocks it free, and now Hanley tries a shot that gets blocked. 44 in white, Riley blocks that shot from 44 in red, Hanley, and that one had to sting. Matthews back defensively, leaves it for Riley. Gives it to Carlo, clears it up the near boards, not out. Marner ends up playing it across the ice over to Riley, and this time he will send it out to center. Rooney tries to bring it in, but is shouldered off the puck by Nyes. And now Nyes gives it away to Klapka. Klapka drops to Lomberg. Lomberg is checked by Riley, and now Marner will take over, lug the puck to the red line, and chip it in and chase it. Wolf wanders out of his net and backhands it far quarter to Pahal, who sends it out to center to Coleman. Coleman will saucer it across to Frost. Frost, who thought he had tied this game at 2 earlier in the second period, gets it in deep, tries to get it back, but gets knocked off the puck and down to the ice, and now Robertson will pick it up, slide it left wing side to Domi. Domi back to Robertson, he throws it to the net, and McMahon with a shot that's fought off by Wolf. Flames have had their hands full with Domi and Robertson tonight.
No kidding.
Cade back to get it in the Maple Leaf zone as they'll break out with it. McMahon drops to Robertson, who gives it to Domi. Domi tried to center it, but his pass gets blocked by Wolf. Now Ball will take over and bank it off the end boards to Pahal. Maple Leafs are changing as Pahal slides it to Sharon Govich. Scurries it up the left wing side, gets forced behind the net by Ekman Larsson. Plays the puck right point to Anderson. Anderson across the line to Ball. Ball with a shot tipped by Hunt, and it goes just wide of Wall's net, and now the Leafs will clear it out and back into the Flame zone. Here's Sharon Govich, right wing side to Hunt. Hunt being held up by Lawton. Crosses the Maple Leafs line and leaves it for Farabee, who gives it back to Hunt. Hunt to Farabee out in front, but he spun off the puck. Now Yarncroke will skate it out to center and dump it in behind the Flames net. Pace is starting to pick up here, Mick. Yeah, which might not be a bad thing for a Flames team trailing by 2.
Yeah, exactly. But the Leafs doing a really good job right now of collapsing to the front of their net and making sure when the puck is in that slot area that they're not giving up anything at all, picking up sticks, picking up bodies, blocking shots.
Well, Calgary will pick up a loose puck, but we've got a stoppage and I think a too many men on the ice penalty coming up here.
Yep.
And we'll tell you more about that when we come back. 5:14 to play.
Too many men on
It's
the
on the
ice.
Flames. So there you go. Not ideal. Flames will be down a man, already down by 2. Up on the scoreboard here at Scotiabank Arena with 5:14 to play in the second. The Maple Leafs have a 3-1 lead. And this is Calgary Flames hockey on Sportsnet 960 and streaming on the Sportsnet app.
On air and online, this is your home of Calgary Flames hockey. Brought to you by Country Hills Toyota and Green Drop. Sportsnet 960, The Fan.
Homes by Avi believes every home should be for the authentic you. Built with spaces you'll enjoy and use for years to come. Homes designed for rainy days or new arrivals, dirty paws, or hallway races, typical teens, or movie nights. After all, this is where you're going to live. Homes by Avi, built for you, designed for life.
Hey, Paul Brandt here. As a musician, I'm drawn to the sounds of this great province. Whether it's the wind blowing down the Rockies, the rustling of grass across the prairie, or the sweet sound of a Ford Super Duty, it's all music to my ears. Speaking of Super Duty, with heavy-duty performance that's built for getting the job done right, it's no wonder this truck has Albertans singing its praises. The 2024 Ford Super Duty is available now at your Alberta Ford dealer. Just head on in today and tell them PB sent you.
On air and online, this is your home of Calgary Flames hockey. Brought to you by Glenmore Audi and Equus. Sportsnet 960, The Fan. You're listening to Calgary Flames hockey on your home of the Flames. Sportsnet 960, The Fan.
Well, following tonight's game, stay tuned for the Shane Holmes save of the game. Lots of candidates. For every save a Flames goalie makes, Shane Holmes donates $5 to Kids Sport Calgary. For details, visit shaneholmes.com. Shane Holmes, the better way to build.
5:14 to play in the second period here in Toronto. The first of 4 stops for the Flames on the longest road trip they have left of their schedule this season, a 4-gamer. And they trail the Maple Leafs 3-1. Leafs on the power play. The Flames on a Wolf Calgary penalty kill here. Feels like they've got to get through this one. With Nylander far circle. He's got another goal tonight. He'll drop to Matthews, who slides the top of the near circle to Marner. Marner will back up to the right point. Give it to Tavares. Tavares being pressured by Huberdeau. Protects the puck. Skates it into the near corner. Stops. And now gives it to Matthews. Matthews bottom of the near circle. Sneaks towards the net. Has no shooting lane. He'll back it up to the blue line to Marner. Marner back to Matthews. Makes a shot. And now makes a pass to Tavares. He gives it back to Matthews in the near corner. Matthews up top to Marner. Marner top of the far circle to Nylander. Nylander with a shot. Blocked by Anderson. That one hit him in the hand. That one hurt him as Matthews shoots and scores. Auston Matthews rips the pocket of the top corner of Dustin Wolf's net. The Maple Leafs score their second power play goal of the second period and take a 4-1 lead.
Oh, what a shot from Auston Matthews, and just some real patience by the Maple Leafs as they were just waiting for something to kind of open up. It's a bit of a broken play, and that's a big shot block by Rasmus Andersson, but I mean, what patience by Auston Matthews, and he kind of slowly creeps his way in closer and closer to Dustin Wolf over the course of this power play, and then just rips that one top near side corner. What a shot.
Won his third Maurice Rocket Richard trophy with a career high and franchise record 69 goals last season. That is his 25th goal this season. Now, he did miss 15 games with an upper body injury, but he certainly hasn't been shooting it as much this season, which is, I know, something Craig Berube wants him to do more down the stretch. But I've been really impressed by how not only Auston Matthews, but also Mitch Marner have become 200-foot players.
Yes.
It's not like they're one-trick ponies, Mick.
Yeah, no, Mitch Marner, he can be a real thorn in your side. He's second in steals per game in the NHL, so that's a tribute to his work ethic and how hard he works away from the puck. Same thing with Auston Matthews. He's been much better on the defensive side of the game. William Nylander as well. I think his game has come a long way from a 200-foot standpoint, and they're going to need that.
So it's a 3-goal game now. Flames dig a deep hole. We'll see if they can start to climb out of it with now 4 minutes remaining in the second period. Battle forward in behind the Wolves net. And Bean overskates it, reaches back and grabs it and gives it to Sharon Govich, who's knocked down by Lawton, but let's play the puck to Farabee. He'll send it out to center. Lorenz will back it up to Riley. Moves it rink wide to Carlo. On the red line, he'll dump it in behind the Flames net. Maple Leafs will start the change as Wolf sets it up for Bean. Bean with a pass up the middle, a nice one to Farabee. He leaves the right wing side for Hunt. Hunt to Sharon Govich, who's bodied off the puck by Domi on the doorstep. Would have been a good chance. He was trying to go forehand to backhand there and appeared to have a little daylight. Domi trying to clear the zone, can't. Hunley holds it in, at least for a moment. Now the puck comes free for Farabee, who backhands it to the net and is stopped by Woll. Here's Hanley. Fires it into the far corner. Coleman off the bench. Can't get there in time to keep it in. And now Domi trying to regain his balance and at least swap the puck ahead to Robertson, but he can't make contact with it as Hanley will send it out to center to Coronado, who from one knee moves the right wing side to Frost, who will dump it in behind Wall's net. Coleman in there fighting forward to the forecheck. But Benoit grabs it. Doesn't clear it though, as Frost will take over and beyond the Maple Leafs net. Frost turns into the far corner and backs it up to the blue line to Ball. Left point. Ball to Coronado. Coronado banks it off the boards. Back to the blue line to Ball. Ball will get it in deep again. He rims it around into the far corner to Anderson. Anderson protects the puck from McMahon. Feeds it in front. Pass slides by Coleman over to Frost. He has it knocked away, but Ball's able to keep the puck into the blue line. Ball will backhand it in behind Wall's net. It slides by Coleman. Now McMahon tries to clear. He can't, but Robertson will grab it. He sends it up to center ahead to Tavares. Tavares will catch up to it in the near corner. It's ridden off the puck by Ball, though, and now Frost will take over and stick handle around Nylander, and here come the Flames out to center. Frost crosses the red line, and now the Maple Leafs blue line. Frost trying to go end-to-end is pushed off the puck by McCabe, and here comes Nylander the other way. It's by his own man Lawton, and drops it. Holmberg shoots it, and Wolf, sliding from left to right across his crease, makes the save, and now more pushing and shoving after the whistle, and this time I think we've got at least one penalty call coming up.
Yeah, the ref is pointing at players, pointing to the box, and Braden Pahal is going to head to the penalty box, and the Flames back to the penalty kill. And you've dug yourself a pretty deep hole already trying to kill penalties. This is not what the Flames want.
Mick, I know the Flames probably didn't deserve to be tied at 2.
Yeah.
But we thought this game was tied at 2.
Yeah.
And looking back, that goal that got overturned, that Morgan Frost scored in his hometown that would have squared the score, that looms large as the Maple Leafs now have a 3-goal lead and are heading to another power play. The Flames to a penalty kill powered by Wolf Calgary. The wait is over. Canada's newest Chevrolet GMC Buick dealership is now open, with grand opening sales and savings of up to $12,500 until March 31st. Visit Wolf Calgary at 756 101 Street Southwest, just off of Stony Trail and Old Banff Coach Road. So the Maple Leafs, who have scored 2 power play goals in the second period, and they've opened up a 4-1 lead. Looking to hammer another nail in the Flames' coffin on this Monday night as Nylander slotted up the left wing side to Nyes. Nyes tries to drop, but his pass is picked off by Farabee. Can't get it out as Marner holds it in. Tries a shot, but it's blocked by Farabee, but a great play by Marner to keep it in left point as he moves it to Matthews, and he'll leave it far corner for Nylander. Nylander down low, Nyes centers. Matthews shoots and scores. Deja vu all over again. Flames hung with the Maple Leafs in Game 1 of the season series until they started taking penalties. They lost that game 6-3. They were right there with the Maple Leafs tonight, but end up in more penalty trouble. That is the third power play goal of the second period for the Maple Leafs, who have opened up a 5-1 lead.
Oh, what a passing play, though, by the Leafs. I mean, I'm showing why their power play has the ability to be so elite and bury teams like they're doing with the Flames right now. A real impressive effort by Mitch Marner to keep the puck in at the blue line, and then Auston Matthews, he scored his first power play goal off the flank in the side of the net. This one he scores from the bumper.
Now a shot through some traffic in front is fought off by Wolf. Lorentz will turn into the near corner. And saucer it back to the left point to McCabe, who shoots, and Wolf kicks the puck into the far corner. Lorentz trying to feed it in front. The pass gets blocked by Anderson. Lorentz gets it back in the far corner. Spins and tries to center. There's a shot by Lawton that goes trickling wide of Wolf's net as ball knocks Lorentz down, and Maple Leafs up 5-1 are all over the Flames here as we're into the final 30 seconds of the second period. Scott Lawton, who after 12 seasons and 661 games with the Flyers, traded to the Maple Leafs with 4th and 6th round picks for Nikita Grebebkin and a first-round pick on March the 7th. And things haven't clicked right away for Scott Lawton, but I haven't heard one bad word about him from anybody ever. And I think he'll find a way to fit in just fine on this Maple Leafs team that has played a dominant game here at Scotiabank Arena tonight. Again, the Flames probably didn't deserve to be tied at 1 through 20 minutes, but that is exactly where this game stood on first period goals by Max Domi and Rasmus Andersson. But Flames can't stay out of the box in the second period, and the Maple Leafs make them pay not once, not twice, but thrice. William Nylander scoring his 38th, the power play goal for Mitch Marner and Auston Matthews at 1:39 makes it 2-1. And then it looked like the Flames tied it on a goal by Aurora, Ontario native Morgan Frost that after a long review gets overturned on offside. So from 2-2 back to 2-1. Nick Robertson, who's had a weird night, scores his 12th from Max Domi and Oliver Ekman-Larsson at 9:34 to make it 3-1. And then the Auston Matthews show starts. He scores his 25th from William Nylander and Mitch Marner at 15:41 to make it 4-1. That was the second power play goal of the period. And then Matthews scores another power play goal at 18:54, his second of the game and 26th of the season from Matthew Nyes and William Nylander. And it's the Leafs leading 5-1 following 40 minutes tonight.
Oh, that period has to be frustrating for the Flames, mainly because of that goal that was disallowed, like you mentioned. But then just getting themselves into penalty trouble, you have to be much more disciplined against this Maple Leafs team. And, I mean, at the end of that period, I think that's the first time I've ever seen Dustin Wolf look a little bit rattled, but no doubt with the confidence and composure that he has, that he'll go back into the dressing room between the second and third here and just gather himself to come out and play strong in the third so they don't get buried too badly.
Shots on goal in that second period. Toronto had 12 for a two-period total of 26. Calgary 7 for a 40-minute total of 13. But here's where the game comes unglued for the Flames. They are 0 for 3 in the power play, built by Homes by Avi. Looking for a quickie? Homes by Avi has quick possession homes to get you moving fast. Visit homesbyavi.com today. And then on the other side of special teams, the Flames, who came in with a red-hot penalty kill, 21 for 22 in the last 7 games, and an NHL high 95.5% in the month of March, 0 for 3 on the penalty kill tonight. Their penalty kill powered by Wolf Calgary.
Yeah, that's tough. I mean, especially with how well the penalty kill had been playing, but they had also been, the team, a lot more disciplined. But, yeah. I mean, the Maple Leafs, they just zip it around, and you got shooters like Auston Matthews, and, I mean, you're going to be in trouble.
Yeah. Well, this isn't a beer league broadcast, but I could use a beer right now. But if you could, tell us about the actual beer league broadcast coming up.
Well, the 6th annual beer league broadcast presented by Wild Rose Brewery is right around the corner. On Sunday, March 30th, the BGHL All-Stars will face the Fat Boys at Cardell Rec South, and the game will be broadcast live on Sportsnet 960 The Fan. Doors open at 6:30 p.m. and the puck drops at 7:15. For more information, visit sportsnet.ca/960 and click on events.
Well, we thank you for tuning in to Calgary Flames hockey here on Sportsnet 960 The Fan. I'm Derek Wills alongside Megan Mickelson. Thanks to the rest of our broadcast crew, including our host, Pat Steinberg, and our in-studio board op, Cam Hughes, working Flames game for the second time this season. Good to have you on board, Cam. As well as our broadcast engineers, Evan Cody, Matt Jakusko, Jeff Mason, and Randy Opperman. Well, we've got a 4-goal game following 40 minutes. Probably shouldn't have been a tie game through 20. And the Flames dig themselves into a deep hole following 40. It's the Maple Leafs 5 and the Flames 1. We'll see if visitors can make things interesting in the third period. But before that, it's time to send it to our downtown studio where Pat Steinberg is standing by with our Prairie Honda second intermission.
Well, things unraveled in the second period, no doubt about it, and the Flames just way too loose defensively tonight. We're talking about when you count in power plays, they'll probably add some here, but the high danger count, 14-3 in favor of Toronto. Dustin Wolf was spectacular in the first period, wasn't able to shut the door in the second period, neither were his teammates, and as a result, we're sitting here talking about a game that is pretty one-sided after 40 minutes of play, and you can tell how much the Flames miss Michael Backlund, especially on the penalty kill. They didn't touch the puck in the last 2 power plays they had. Leafs went 3 for 3 on the power play in that period, added a 5-on-5 goal as well. And yeah, the way the Frost and the Sharon Govich line is getting run over tonight, they're missing Michael Backlund huge on the road against a deep forward group like Toronto. There's no doubt about it. Just see if they've refreshed till the end of the period over at Natural Stat Trick. They have. Flames actually did a better job. By the way, second intermission's underway. Brought to you by Prairie Honda. Need more power and efficiency in your lineup? Meet the 2025 Honda CR-V Sport with rates from 1.49%. Visit prairiehonda.ca. So after 40 minutes of play, Flames swung the possession a little bit in the O-zone in that second period. I actually thought they did a pretty good job of getting in on the attack. Just couldn't do much with that attack. So 5-on-5 shot attempts are now 37-32 Toronto. So the Flames are 46.4% on the 5-on-5 possession scale. High danger scoring chances, yes, 14-3 in favor of Toronto. They have been extremely dangerous, and the Flames have not been able to generate much on their own. See if the Flames can, maybe take this third period. Comeback's not out of the question, and not suggesting that, but I think more importantly, can you take this third period, use it to build on going into tomorrow night in New York? It's 5-1 Maple Leafs after 40. We'll be heading back to the broadcast booth soon. Brought to you by South Point Toyota. Hundreds of new Toyotas are arriving daily and on sale now, including executive-driven demos. It's time to Toyota under the tower at South Point Toyota. This is Calgary Flames hockey on Sportsnet 960 The Fan.
On air and online, this is your home of Calgary Flames hockey. Brought to you by Eastside Dodge and Shane Holmes. Sportsnet 960, The Fan.
When you're building tomorrow's possibilities, you need power you can depend on. That's why members like Jordan Sears from Chinook Feeders choose Equus.
It's great to work with a company like Equus that's able to use technology to increase the reliability of our power. If the power's out, they're on it. I'm the last guy to know, not the first guy.
Reliable power, so you can focus on what matters. Choose community, choose Equus. Become a member today at equs.ca.
Country Hills Ford, Brent speaking.
Hey Brent, it's your wife Jody on line 2.
Oh hey, what's up?
I'm looking for a quickie.
A quickie? Now?
Brent, I'm talking about a quick oil change.
You bet, because at Country Hills Ford, we now offer no appointment express lane service.
Fast, friendly, and convenient. Drive in for your no appointment oil change today at Country Hills Ford. Only minutes from the Calgary Airport.
Hot tubs sure have changed over the past 25 years. Paradise Bay has Arctic spas that are now so efficient, you'll hardly notice a difference on your electric bill. Spa Boy Automated Water Care makes maintenance a breeze. Their spa's online technology allows for real-time monitoring and control from anywhere. Constant improvements in comfort and therapy will have you never wanting to get out of your Arctic spa. Come see what's new. You deserve it. Find your Arctic spa at GoParadiseBay.com.
Would you prevent a disaster if you saw it coming? Of course you would. So what if you knew you were at risk of a heart attack or stroke? I'm George Russick here for HeartFit Clinic. I was shocked when I learned that medical stress tests can miss heart disease and that 83% of people with heart disease have normal cholesterol levels. The experts at HeartFit Clinic have the most accurate screening tests and proven treatments to detect, prevent, and even reverse heart disease. No doctor's referral needed. Take charge and learn what your risk factors are. Book a free consultation today at heartfit.ca.
Breaking down the game after 2 periods. You're locked on Flames Talk at the intermission with Pat Steinberg. Sportsnet 960 The Fan, Calgary.
Okay, Flames now trail Toronto 5-1 after 40 minutes of play as we continue along from Scotiabank Arena this evening. And stay with us during tonight's postgame show for the save of the game, brought to you by Shane Holmes. For every save a Flames goaltender makes, Shane Holmes donates $5 to Kids Sport Calgary. Visit ShaneHolmes.com, the better way to build. Okay, second period scoring summary is the two teams traded goals in the first. Max Domi opened the scoring with his 6th from Simon Benoit and Oliver Ekman-Larsson at 1:47 of the first, but Calgary equalizes at 19-12. Rasmus Anderson's 9th from Jonathan Huberdeau and Martin Pospisil. We had a 1-1 tie after 20 minutes of play. Flames get into penalty trouble in the second period. It starts early. Nazem Kadri goes to the box in the first few seconds, and Toronto to their first power play, which was a sign of things to come.
And now makes a pass to Matthews, who spins into the near quarter and drops Marner. One touches it, Nylander shoots and scores! William Nylander with an 89.9 mile an hour one-timer that beats Dustin Wolf. The Maple Leafs score a power play goal and take a 2-1 lead.
That is number 38 on the season for William Nylander. It's a power play marker at $1.39. Mitch Marner, Auston Matthews draw the assist to make it 2-1. Now, about a minute later, Flames on their own power play think they score, but after a lengthy challenge and review, it was deemed to be offside, so remains 2-1. Flames don't score on the rest of that power play. Things settle in as the period goes along. Then Nick Robertson scores to make it 3-1 at the 9:34 mark of the second period. His 12th from Domi and Ekman-Larsson at 9:34, and the Maple Leafs had a 3-1 lead. Then more penalty trouble. Too many men on the ice. Leafs back to the power play. Auston Matthews rifles home his 25th from William Nylander and Mitch Marner at 15:41. Power play goal makes it 4-1. Then Braden Pahal to the box for roughing, another Maple Leafs power play.
As he moves it to Matthews, and he'll leave it far corner for Nylander. Nylander down low, nice centers. Matthews shoots and scores. Deja vu all over again. Flames hung with the Maple Leafs in game 1 of the season series until they started taking penalties. They lost that game 6-3. They were right there with the Maple Leafs tonight, but end up in more penalty trouble. That is the third power play goal of the second period for the Maple Leafs, who have opened up a 5-1 lead.
Number 26 on the season for Matthews. It's Matthew Nyes and William Nylander, the assist at 18:54. That's why the Leafs lead by 4 after 40 minutes of play. Shots in the second were 12-7 Toronto. Shots after 40 minutes of play, 26-13 in favor of the Leafs. Flames 0 for 1 on the power play in that second period. They're 0 for 3 tonight, and it is a 3 for 3 mark for Toronto in the second period. They're 3 for 3 tonight, and it is 5-1 Toronto after 40 minutes of play. That is your second period scoring summary. Now, out-of-town scoreboard brought to you by your Alberta Ford dealers. If you're looking for a truck that's smart and tough, get yourself into the 2024 Ford F-150. For details, visit your Alberta Ford store or Ford.ca today. Okay, it is a 5-game night on the NHL ice this evening. Here's what's going on. They are in overtime now in Boston. Bruins and Buffalo Sabres tied 2-2. There was no scoring in the third period. It was tied 2-2 after 40. So as they're in overtime right now, it's Owen Power with his 7th and Peyton Krebs with his 6th. Those are the Buffalo goals. Boston goals, Pavel Zacha has his 14th and Morgan Geekie his 23rd. So 2-2, Boston, Buffalo. That game now in overtime. We'll double back on that in just a second to see if there is a overtime winner before we wrap up the out-of-town scoreboard. In Tampa Bay, Lightning have just added a insurance goal, and they have just wrapped up a 2-0 win over the Philadelphia Flyers as Nikita Kucherov scores late in the first period. His 29th ends up being the game winner in this 2-0 shutout win. Jake Gensel adds one, his 33rd of the season, and 2-0 Lightning have just finished a shutout win over the reeling Philadelphia Flyers. In Columbus, Blue Jackets got a third-period goal from Mathieu Olivier, but not enough as they fall 2-1 to the New Jersey Devils. For Olivier, his 16th of the season. And for the New Jersey Devils, they open up a 2-0 lead. Timo Meier scored his 20th of the season. And then a few minutes later, in fact, less than a minute later, Jesper Bratt scored his 20th goal of the season. Devils close out a 2-1 victory on the road in Columbus. There, after 40 minutes of play in Minnesota, the Wild and LA Kings tied 1-1. Adrian Kempe's 28th of the season was a power play goal in the first period. Ryan Hartman answers for Minnesota with a power play goal of his own early in the second period. That's his 9th, and that game tied 1-1 after 40 minutes of play. And they still are in overtime, Boston and Buffalo. That game is about 90 seconds into the overtime period, tied 2-2. That is your out-of-town scoreboard, brought to you by your Alberta Ford dealers. Well, that was a nightmare second period for the Flames. No other way to put it. 1-1 after 20. It's 5-1 Maple Leafs after 40. Penalty trouble, no kills, a couple of bad mistakes, and a disallowed goal has turned this one into a bit of a runaway. So, what's coming up in period number 3? What I think you want to see if you can plant some seeds for tomorrow night in New York. We'll see who comes out to start in net. Do they keep Dustin Wolf in, or does Dan Vladar come in to start the third period? That'll be interesting to watch, and we'll find that answer out in just a couple seconds' time. Also, can the Flames start to build for tomorrow? And if they start doing that, maybe they can make this game interesting in the third period as well. That'll wrap us up in the second intermission, which has been brought to you by Prairie Honda. As Derek Wills, Megan Mickelson standing by, they've got third period play-by-play in just minutes' time. It is 5-1 Toronto after 40 minutes of play. Domi, Nylander, Robertson, and a pair from Matthews. It's Rasmus Andersson, the only goal for Calgary. Third period is next. This is Calgary Flames hockey on Sportsnet 960 The Fan.
On air and online, this is your home of Calgary Flames hockey. Brought to you by Alberta Ford Dealers and Shane Holmes. Sportsnet 960, The Fan.
Build your new estate home in Southwest Calgary's Aspen Spring Estates or Aspen Acres Manor with Calgary's custom home builder, Shane Holmes. Limited lots are now selling. Enjoy the very best Southwest Calgary has to offer with incredible mountain views, ample green spaces, great amenities, and more. Don't miss your chance to live in these sought-after Southwest communities. New homes start at $1.14 million in Aspen Spring Estates and $2 million in Aspen Acres Manor. Learn more at shanehomes.com. Shane Homes, the better way to build.
Spring isn't just a season, it's a feeling. The urge to get out and go anywhere. And with the Honda CR-V Sport, you can explore those feelings and many more. Like confidence that comes with all-wheel drive. And trust with Honda sensing technologies. And the warm breeze through your hair thanks to a one-touch power moonroof. Whew, okay, that feeling is a bit more of a direct sensation. The Canadian-built CR-V Sport is in stock today with rates from 1.49%, plus get a $1,500 Honda bonus. Visit prairiehonda.ca.
It's always beautiful outside with Green Drop. Hi, I'm Peter Marr. Calgary owned and operated since 1980, Green Drop knows what it takes to maintain a green, weed-free lawn in our unique climate. Green Drop's friendly, knowledgeable greenskeepers will help you create a space where friends and family can get together and enjoy the outside year-round. With Green Drop, the convenience and results are unmatched. 3 lawn care packages are available. Choose the perfect one for you. Visit greendrop.com.
It's game time. You're listening to Calgary Flames hockey on Sportsnet 960, The Fan.
Truth be told, it probably shouldn't have been 1-1 through 20 minutes tonight, but it was. And then we thought it was 2-2 in the first 3 minutes of the second period, and then a really long challenge at an offside call that does not go the Flames' way. That goal comes off the board, and the Maple Leafs take the hockey game over. They score 4 goals in the second period, 3 on the power play, and that will do it for Dustin Wolf tonight. For the first time in 66 games this season, we've got a goaltending change in game. Dan Vladar in to start the third period. Derek Wills alongside Megan Mickelson here at Scotiabank Arena in Toronto, where it's the Maple Leafs 5 and the Flames 1 through 2. Mick, thinking out loud here, is Dan Vladar coming in for the third period to get some game action prior to starting against the Rangers tomorrow, or are they resting Dustin Wolf to go back to him for the second half of this back-to-back 24 hours from now?
Well, that's a great question, and I don't even know if that's one that you can even guess or try to anticipate. The other thing is, I mean, Dustin Wolf, this is a lot of pressure for him playing here, a big game in Toronto. It's a lot of pressure to handle, and maybe in his development they felt that was a better move to make and letting him sit out this third period. But I mean, Dan Vladar, if he plays well, I'd start him tomorrow.
Here's a shot by Weegar right into the chest protector of Wall. I actually like this.
Yeah.
Because the Flames aren't behind 5-1 because Dustin Wolf's played a bad game.
No.
They're behind 5-1 because they couldn't stay out of the penalty box. And they should have learned that lesson the hard way in Game 1 of the 2-game season series when the Maple Leafs power play killed them. And they scored 3 power play goals in that game. They've got 3 power play goals in this game, and that's just not a recipe for success for anybody, let alone the Flames team that has struggled to score this season. So see if they can put a good period on the ice here at Scotiabank Arena. In this third period, the Flames wearing their red jerseys and moving from left to right. The Maple Leafs with their St. Pat's jerseys, white with green trim, moving from right to left. Puck loose inside of the Maple Leafs line. Pospisil will knock it in behind the net. Kadri and Huberdeau in there on the forecheck. Huberdeau centers it, but his pass slides by Kadri, and now ball will drop it. Coronado shoots it, and Matthews blocks that shot. And now from one knee, Marner will sail the puck down the ice. Here's the ball off Anderson's stick and in behind Wall's net. Maple Leafs goaltender wristed up the near boards. And now Holmberg will skate it across center and try to give it to Nylander, but it's taken away from him by Bean, who clears it out. And now Holmberg will dump it right back in. Here's Coronado, leaving it behind for Frost. Thought he had scored in his hometown earlier tonight. Gives it to Bean, who glides in and drops Coronado with a shot, and he misses Wall's net. Looked like he had a little opening there, Mick.
Yeah, I definitely think he did. And you like the fact that he shot that puck. The Flames need to throw everything and anything on net right now.
Here's Bean up the middle of the ice to Frost. Drops to Coronado. Coronado spins back to the right point. Stops. And tries a shot, but it deflects over top of the Maple Leafs net. Here's Weegar left point to Hanley with a slap shot off a stick and wide to the near corner. Now Benoit gives it to Holmberg. Clears it out. Holmberg takes the puck away from Hanley and now dumps it in, and Vladar will stop it behind his net for Weegar. Weegar bounces it off the boards to Farabee, who chips it ahead. Sharon Govich speeds into the Maple Leaf zone and shoots off the shoulder of Wall and just over top of the net. As bad as this game has been for the Flames, I actually think Yegor Sharangovich has been a little bit better tonight. Agree or disagree?
I would agree for sure. You can tell there's been much more of an effort for him to get pucks to the net. He's not passing up shot opportunities.
Still like to see him use that shot more. It's maybe his best weapon. Here's Hunt in the near corner. Hunt being held up by Riley. Domi gets in there to dig for the puck. Hunt will play it right point, or at least try to. It does get the ball. He spins away from McMahon and slides it far side to Anderson, who steps in, tries to make a move, but has it knocked off his stick as he's taken down. We've got Maple Leafs. Actually, no, we've got a Flames penalty call coming, and maybe now another one as Anderson takes down Domi after that first penalty was called, and now here's McMahon with a shot, and he scores. With another Flames penalty call coming, with maybe 2 more Flames penalty calls coming. The Maple Leafs get their goaltender to the bench and an extra attacker on the ice, and Bobby McMahon snaps a 12-game goalless streak. Make it 5 unanswered for the home team, and the Leafs have a 6-1 lead.
Now, Rasmus Andersson was going to be the one heading to the box as he went barreling into Joseph Wall, so that was the call that was going to be made, and he's caught all the way up the ice. And I mean, the Maple Leafs get easy entry into the offensive zone, and I mean, I'm not sure how this puck ends up going in, and Dan Vladar, he's going to want to have that one back, and things are just sort of unraveling here for the Flames.
If the Flames could end this game and get on the bus and go to the airport and fly to New York right now, I suspect they probably would.
Yeah.
It's been one of those nights. And they haven't had many of them this season.
No.
Here comes Rooney to the red line. He'll dump the puck in beyond the Maple Leafs net. Klapka gets in there on the forecheck and finishes a hit on Carlo as Rooney will boot the puck in behind the net and turn it into the far corner. Rooney wrapped up from behind by Riley. Hanley trying to hold it in left point, can't. It comes out, and now Rooney will dump it back in as Flames back off to make a change. Benoit will lug it up the left wing side to center and shoot it in. Hanley backhands it, trying to give it to Weegar. It ends up bouncing by him and up the near side to Huberdeau, who slides it to Hanley, who returns the puck to Huberdeau, and he moves it up the middle, but a pass to Kadri is called offside.
You can see the Flames, I mean, they're still trying to make a push, and you like Nazem Kadri and trying to just sneak in behind the Leafs defenseman, and it's a good play to get the puck to him, but just a little bit too eager, and the play is called offside. You know, a guy like Nazem Kadri right now, he'll be pretty ticked off and will want to finish this game strong.
Marner picks the puck up at center and backhands it into the near corner. Nyes being chased by Weegar. Slides it down low to Matthews. He's trying to complete his hat trick. Puck to the left point, Benoit. He'll worm it around to the far corner. Marner chasing after it. And he'll grab it and give it to Huberdeau. Makes a nice pass ahead to Pospisil. Pospisil plays the right wing side to Kadri, who cuts to the middle, but has it knocked off his stick smartly by Matthews, who slides the puck ahead to Nyes. Both teams changing here as Nyes is bumped off the puck and down to the ice by Ball, and then Nyes takes Ball down as Coleman picks it up and brings it in. Coleman a backhand, a weak one, stopped and then covered by Wall, and he'll hold on.
Yeah, I think as a player right now, I mean, you said the guys would be happy to just get on the plane and head to New York, and I mean, as a player, that's definitely kind of where you're at, and you just want to get this game over with at this point. I mean, you're down 6-1, and players are pretty realistic in their heads that, I mean, you're not coming back in this one and winning, but there's also a lot of pride on the line here, and that you want to make sure now that you're finishing this game strong so that you're heading into the game. And it's going to be a big game tomorrow night in New York with somewhat of a positive mindset, and that's going to be really important here.
Yeah, the Flames are going to have to bounce back big time to get to 1-1 to start this 4-game road trip against what should be a desperate Rangers team tomorrow.
Yeah, and it's not an easy thing to do. Easier said than done as a player and as a team when you're down like this at this point in the game. I remember it happened to me a number of times, and I mean, it's tough, but you just kind of have to go one shift at a time and make sure you're doing everything you can to push right until the end, but it's not easy.
Face-off coming up to Vladar's right. Flames win that defensive zone face-off, and Ball give it to Coleman, who clears it out, and now Carlo will slap it back in from center. One positive for the Flames is they'll get Connor Zary back for tomorrow's game against the Rangers. They could use all the help they can get. It's Coronado in. Coronado centers, looking for Frost, who can't get a stick of the bouncing puck. And McMahon the other way. He's got the 6th Maple Leaf goal in this game. Vladar out of his net, gives it to Pahal, who clears it out. Frost will take over at center. Tries a pass for Farabee and misses him, but it ends up on Bean's stick. Bean drops it. Frost will push the puck into the far corner to Farabee. Tries to center. Puck bounces to Frost, who spins and shoots and misses high. Now Farabee's wrapped up by Ekman-Larsson. His puck gets knocked out to the neutral zone by Domi. Karangovich will skate it back in. Comes flying in up the right wing side, stops and throws it to the net right across the crease and out the far side. Bean and Lawton get all tangled up. 24's jostling here as Sharangovich will leave it right wing side for Hunt. Gives it back to Sharangovich, who shoots and is stopped by Wall as puck's picked up by Lorenz in the near corner. Flames are back off the change. The Maple Leafs will start the change as well as Lawton flips it in behind Vladar's net. If you're just joining us, Dustin Wolf got the start in this game, but after giving up 5 goals in the first 2 periods, was pulled. First time a Flames goaltender has been pulled in a game this season. Dan Vladar in to start the third, gives up one that, as you said, Mick, I think he'd like to have back. And now it's a 5-goal game. Not that long ago it was 2-2, which might sound strange since it's 6-1 Leafs right now, but we thought Morgan Frost had scored in his hometown to tie things up. That goal gets taken off the scoreboard, and really, that was the beginning of the end for the Flames when you look back at it.
Yeah, that was a real turning point in the game.
Puck bounces up the near boards. Trying to clear it out is Holmberg. Does. And Lomberg. Matthews battle for it. Ends up bouncing back to ball, and he'll slide it up the middle of the ice to Rooney, who's taken down by Nyes. Good strong play in the middle of the ice as Nyes will back it up into his own zone, and now Carlo slide it left wing side to Riley, who glides across the Flames line and dumps it in behind Vladar's net. Bean ducks under a check and falls, but still pokes the puck ahead to Klapka. And now Klapka tries to give it to Kadri. Tries to chase after it and boot it back into his own zone. Maple Leafs will start the change again as Kadri winds up, gets to center, crosses the red line, and misses Huberdeau with a pass. Ekman Larsson will take over in behind his net. Clears it out and down the ice, and that will be an icing call on the Leafs with now 12:16 to play in the third period, and the Flames behind by 5.
Well, I would say another positive I would take away from this game was what a great game Morgan Frost has had. I think he's been one of the best Flames players and has gotten obviously the goal that was called back, but to me it just looks like he's playing with a lot more pace. He's skating and he's had more opportunities, and that's what you like to see in a guy that you want him to get his game going.
Puck picked up by Tavares, who crosses the Flames line, gets it in deep, catches up to it in the far corner, protects the puck, and now centers it. Puck swatted out of harm's way by Vladar and held in right wing side by Ekman Larsson, who with 2 points tonight is now 1 away from 500 in his NHL career. As Pospisil up the left wing side, tries to float it out in front, but Huberdeau gets cut off by Benoit as Holmberg will lug it up the left wing side to the red line and dump it into Flames territory. Hanley back to get it. Leaves it in the near corner for Weegar. Bounces a pass past Coronado. Tanev will catch up to it behind his net, and the former Flame will leave it in the near corner for McCabe. McCabe trying to clear it, can't. Frost holds it in at least for a moment, but now Domi picks his pocket and flips the puck to the Flames' blue line. Hanley will leave it for Coronado, who bounces it off McCann. It ends up deflecting back to Weegar. Weegar up the middle. His pass misses Coronado. Coronado chasing after it, beaten there by Tanev, and then he takes his former teammate down and maybe gets away with one. The last thing the Flames want to do is give the Maple Leafs another power play here.
Yeah, no.
Good golly. We're in the final 11 minutes now as Ball will skate the puck to center and slide it to Sharon Govich. Tries to zigzag in and does. Now he tries a drop pass that ends up going off Farabee's skate. And the puck's thrown down the ice by Riley, and Wolf make that Vladar. Wolf's on the bench, or at least he's not on the ice. I actually don't see him on the bench, but Vladar in form. Helps the Flames clear it out. Now Hunt will take over deep in Maple Leafs territory. Bryden Hunt is actually a former member of the Maple Leafs. There's a shot from the right point, knocked down on the doorstep. And now the former Flame Yarncroke will take over and left it over Farabee's head. And in deep as both teams start to change. The Hall up the middle of the ice, off the stick of Lomberg, right in on Wall, who shovels the puck into the far corner. Rooney and Lomberg in there with a forecheck. Lomberg, a sharp angle shot off the outside of the Maple Leafs net is Ekman Larsson will give it to Marner. Fires the pass across to Benoit. Slides across center and floats it in behind the Flames net. Weegar back to get it, taken down by Nyes as Klapka falling, can't get it out. Marner gives it away to Rooney, and then Rooney gives it away, and now Marner spins and moves it near corner to Matthews. Maple Leafs captain will play at left point. Ekman Larsson back to Matthews, and now far side to Marner. Marner to the far corner to Matthews, and now behind the net to Nyes. Puck ends up bouncing by him, and Weegar will pick it up. This is Rooney with a breakout pass, but the puck does end up out at center.
Well, seems like the refs want this game over with too. They've completely put their whistles away.
Yeah, it's been a little nasty at times, so this game ends peacefully. That'll be a good thing for both teams and for the officials as the puck gets shot into the glass and out of play, and we'll take a timeout with 9:07 left of the third period here at Scotiabank Arena in Toronto. Not a good start to a 4-game road trip for the Flames. A big one, too, with them just 2 points out of a Stanley Cup playoff spot. They will not move back into one tonight unless there's St. Patrick's Day miracle in Toronto tonight as the Maple Leafs have a 6-1 lead. And this is Calgary Flames hockey on Sportsnet 960 and streaming on the Sportsnet app.
On air and online, this is your home of Calgary Flames hockey. Brought to you by Wolf Cadillac and Alpine Credits. Sportsnet 960, The Fan.
This season, elevate your drive with spring into Audi at Glenmore Audi. Discover limited time offers on 2025 Audi models with Audi Care Maintenance plans included. Get lease rates from 0.48% on select models and savings up to $3,500 in Audi credits on select Q7s. But just like spring, these offers won't last forever. Hurry in before March 31st. Glenmore Audi, your locally owned Audi dealership. Visit glenmoreaudi.com.
At Wolseley, we're the people behind your projects. When you visit one of our branches, you're not just getting products, you're getting expert guidance from our knowledgeable associates. We're here to help you find the right solutions for every job, fast. No one knows your needs like we do. Whether you shop at one of our branches or online at wolseleyexpress.com, experience the difference our team makes in keeping your projects on track. Your project, our priority.
You're listening to Calgary Flames hockey on your home of the Flames. Y'all ready? Sportsnet 960, The Fan.
Well, Flames fans, the push for a Stanley Cup playoff spot is on. Just not tonight. There are only 7 home games remaining in the regular season. Don't miss a second of the action. Pick your games, skip the fees, and secure your seats to be inside the Sea of Red with the Flames Stretch Run Pack. Get yours at calgaryflames.com/tickets.
Just refreshing my memory, thinking about the bad games the Flames have played this season. There were back-to-back bad games in Las Vegas and in Salt Lake City. 5-0 and 5-1 losses to the Golden Knights and the Utah Hockey Club, respectively, on October 28th and 30th. And then there was that 8-3 loss to the Lightning on December 12th. But other than that, Flames haven't really played a stinker like this one.
No, they haven't. And, I mean, in those games, the effort wasn't there. Their work ethic wasn't good.
Here's Tavares ahead to Nylander. Nylander with a shot off the goalpost. He almost had point number 600 there. He's got 3 tonight and 599 in his NHL career. It's been another night where William Nylander has tormented his hometown team. Nylander with another big game versus the Flames. As mentioned, 1 goal and 2 assists for 3 points in this one. And in his career, he now has 32 points in 24 career games against the Flames.
Yeah, he's been absolutely lights out.
As has the Maple Leafs power play, a perfect 3 for 3 in the second period. And Kadri gets it in, but not in deep. McMahon will clear it back out and into the Flame zone. Bean settles it down and slides it far side to Frost. Turns deep into his own territory and slides it up the right wing boards to Pahal. Bounces it off Coronado's stick and then off his skate. And Domi, who opened scoring tonight, way back when, will flip it into the Flame zone. Sends it bouncing back to Pahal. Moves it up the middle of the ice, off the skate of Coronado and into the Maple Leafs end. The Coronado's pass back to Frost is broken up by Domi, and now Pahal gets all tangled up with McMahon as Domi swoops in and picks the puck up and saucers it in front, looking for Yarncroke. Ends up bouncing back to the right point to McMahon instead. He gets a weak backhand away, fumbled by Vladar, and now Yarncroke will leave it left point for Benoit, goes across. Ekman Larsson a shot that misses Vladar's net. Talk about the Nylander milestone that's upcoming. He's 1 away from 600. Ekman Larsson with 2 points tonight is now 1 away from 500. Here's Coronado with a saucer pass. Frost trying to get there, but good work by Lorenz to break it up. Now Lawton will leave it in behind the net for Benoit. Marches up the middle of the ice across his blue line and now the red line and flips it into the far corner, and then takes a shot at Frost. Out of nowhere, make that Hunt. And now we've got some fights. Weegar comes piling in. Everybody's tied up. I did not like that hit, Mick.
I didn't either. Just when we thought this game was going to end peacefully, too.
Dryden Hunt, victim of a drive-by there. And we do have a Maple Leafs penalty call coming up. Simon Benoit being escorted to the sin bin. Rasmus Anderson and Auston Matthews having a chat at center ice as they want to have a conversation with the referee. We'll let the officials sort things out. We'll let everybody cool down and then come back to Scotiabank Arena in Toronto, where the Maple Leafs have scored 5 unanswered and lead the Flames 6-1. And this is Calgary Flames hockey on Sportsnet 960 and streaming on the Sportsnet app.
On air and online, this is your home of Calgary Flames hockey. Brought to you by Canyon Plumbing and Heating and South Point Toyota. Sportsnet 960, The Fan.
Darcy Chenor here for Eastside Dodge with Lanny McDonald. Great news, Lanny. Invoice pricing is still going strong on final clearance of 2024 Jeeps.
Love how you've kept the deals rolling. No markups, no nonsense, just huge savings.
It's like sitting on the glass for the price of nosebleeds. You'll get one of the best vehicles on the lot with some of the best savings.
For once you've nailed it, Darcy, hurry in now for the final clearance on 2024 Jeeps. Supply is limited. And tell them Lanny sent you.
An Arctic spa from Paradise Bay makes hot tubbing easy. Their exclusive Forever Floor is engineered to sit on any level surface, eliminating costly and painful site prep. The revolutionary auto care water system, Spa Boy, takes away all the hassles of water care. From their comprehensive delivery and setup to the online proactive monitoring of your spa, they're making it easier for everyone to enjoy the benefits of owning an Arctic spa. You deserve one. Find your Arctic spa at goparadisebay.com.
You're listening to Calgary Flames hockey on your home of the Flames. Sportsnet 960, The Fan.
Well, following tonight's game, stay tuned for the Shane Holmes save of the game. For every save a Flames goalie makes, Shane Holmes donates $5 to Kids Sport Calgary. For details, visit shaneholmes.com. Shane Holmes, the better way to build.
All 4 officials are huddled up outside of the timekeeper's box trying to sort out what happened before we went to break. Mm-hmm. And that was... Yeah, the hit by Benoit on Hunt was not a good one. So they are going to review it.
What I really don't like about the hit, too, is just how late it was. I mean, it was the puck had been down in the corner. It was rimmed in, and then... I mean, Benoit and Hunt were nowhere near the puck or the play. Benoit just absolutely smoked Dryden Hunt.
7:13 to play in the third period. Even if the Flames get a power play here, I'm afraid it's going to be too little too late. The Maple Leafs 3 for 3 on the power play in this hockey game, and they blew this game wide open when the Flames got themselves into penalty trouble in the second period. It was 1-1, and then we thought it was 2-2, and then that Morgan Frost goal gets taken off the scoreboard here at Scotiabank Arena, and that was really where the tide turned. That's when the Flames started taking penalties, and Maple Leafs, as they did in Game 1 of the season series and have done again in Game 2, make them pay. Their power play is absolutely terrifying, and Mick, the crazy thing is they don't have a big bomber on the blue line.
No.
It's their 4 forwards that do all the damage. Could you imagine if they had... It wouldn't even have to be a guy at the level of a Cale Makar or a Quinn Hughes, but could you imagine if they had a legitimate quarterback for their power play to work the top?
You mean not Mitch Marner?
Well, I just mean a defenseman. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
A shooter as well. Yeah, a shooter who can move the puck.
2 minutes for roughing. Calgary number 52, 2 minutes for roughing.
We missed part of the announcements there. Let me have a look. I think the Flames are heading to a power play here, but a little confusing. So
Benoit and Weegar having some serious words in the penalty box.
Weegar gets a minor. Benoit I don't know if it's a minor or a double minor or a major. It can't be a major because he's still sitting in the penalty box. But they have not specified on the game sheet. But there is a 2-minute minor up on the Maple Leafs side of the scoreboard, so the Flames will head to a power play here, built by Homes by Abbey. Looking for a quickie? Homes by Abbey has quick possession homes to get you moving fast. Visit homesbyabbey.com today.
Yeah, I believe Benoit will get one for the hit on Hunt and then another.
Rough.
I see a cross-checking. Oh, I see cross-checking on Dryden Hunt. Prior to that, I'd seen one on Uyghur, too.
There's Kadri with a shot knocked down on the doorstep. Bounces back to Kadri, who spins and drops to Anderson. Slides it far side to Frost, who steps in and shoots off a leg, and it deflects wide of the Maple Leafs net. Anderson holds the puck in right point. Goes down low, Huberdeau centers, but Frost off balance, can't accept the pass, and the puck comes out to center.
Frost would have had all the time in the world there, too.
Comes Coronado when he tries to shoot, but has his stick lifted smartly by Nyes, and Maple Leafs will sail the puck down the ice. So one of those nights for the Flames, Vic.
Yep.
Minute 20 remaining, in the latest penalty being served by Nick Robertson, who has had one of the strangest games I can remember. Maybe the dumbest penalty I've seen this season, and then a not-so-smart penalty, and then he scores a goal to get himself out of the doghouse. Frost trying to feed Kadri. It bounces back to the blue line to Anderson instead. Anderson to Frost. Now behind the net to Coronado, who tries to give it back to Frost, but the pass misses him, and Järnkrok will dump the puck down the ice. It's good to see Calle Järnkrok healthy again. Made his season debut on March 3rd. He missed the first 60 games recovering from sports hernia and groin surgeries, and it's a nice addition heading down the stretch here for the Maple Leafs. Here's Bean. Far circle to Coleman with a shot. Blocked by Tanev. Surprise, surprise. Chris Tanev came into this hockey game tied for 5th in the NHL in block shots. One of the guys ahead of him, his former teammate, former partner, at times at least, on the penalty kill. And in certain situations, Rasmus Andersson.
Yeah, Craig Berube talked about Chris Tanev, and he sort of compared him to Chris Pronger in his ability to impact the game. Impacts it in a different way, obviously, but that's just how important he is to this Leafs team.
Wow.
Yeah.
Puck loose in front of the Maple Leafs net. Coleman, a shot stop, rebound. Farabee trying to shovel it in. Can't get it over wall and into the net. Now Coleman with a shot. It bounces in the blue paint, and the Maple Leafs goaltender's got it. And now another scrum.
That's something I think Joel Farabee has done a better job of, I would say, the last couple of games, is just getting back to being a real net front presence. He was so good in that area when he first came to the Flames. It kind of got away from that a little bit, and you can tell there's an effort to try to get back to it in his game.
We'll take a break with 5:07 to play in the third period. It was 1-1 after one, and then we thought it was 2-2 early in period number 2, and then a Flames goal is taken off the scoreboard on a successful offside challenge. Too bad, too, because Morgan Frost, playing in front of family and friends near his hometown of Aurora, had the game-tying goal. And after that, the Maple Leafs get a bunch of power plays and score a bunch of power play goals and pull away from the Flames in this hockey game. They had one more in the third. It's now Toronto 6 and Calgary 1. And this is Calgary Flames hockey on Sportsnet 960 and streaming on the Sportsnet app.
On air and online, this is your home of Calgary Flames hockey. Brought to you by Homes by Abbey and Country Hills Ford. Sportsnet 960, The Fan.
At Wolseley, we're the people behind your projects. When you visit one of our branches, you're not just getting products, you're getting expert guidance from our knowledgeable associates. We're here to help you find the right solutions for every job, fast. No one knows your needs like we do. Whether you shop at one of our branches or online at wolseleyexpress.com, experience the difference our team makes in keeping your projects on track. Your project, our priority.
Big news, Calgary. The wait is over. Canada's newest Chevrolet Buick GMC dealership is now open. Find Wolf Calgary at 756 101st Street Southwest, just off Stony Trail on Old Banff Coach Road. Experience Canada's newest Chevy Buick GMC dealership with over 40 service bays, plus standalone Cadillac dealership with concierge service. Be among the first to explore Wolf Calgary's state-of-the-art showrooms. Visit them in person or online at wolfcadillacCalgary.com.
You're listening to Calgary Flames Hockey on your home of the Flames. Sportsnet 960, The Fan.
Toronto shooting Calgary 28-19, and with 5:07 to play in the hockey game, it is the Maple Leafs 6 and the Flames 1. So the Flames will remain on the outside looking in on the Western Conference playoff picture. Here's the good news, though. They're only 2 points out, and they've got games in hand on everybody. So, taking a look at the standings, since what's happening in the hockey game doesn't really matter much right now. Assuming the Flames lose this hockey game, they will fall to 30, 25, and 11. They'll be at 71 points. They will be tied with the Utah Hockey Club with 1 game in hand. And they'll be 2 points behind the Canucks, who right now would win the tiebreaker. So they're at 73 points. And then the Blues also at 73 points. After this game, the Flames will still have 2 games in hand on the Blues and 1 game in hand on the Canucks. So it hasn't been a good night. There's no doubt about that. But there's always tomorrow night, Mick. And tomorrow night, stop 2 of 4 on this last long road trip of the season. Madison Square Garden in New York City. And if you're not fired up to play there, you got a problem. Big game against the Rangers tomorrow. Yeah, the Flames will need to turn the page quickly on this one. That's the beauty. You just turn around the next night and play again. I mean, I'm pretty fired up to call a game there. So yeah, it's a great building and great broadcast location, as you'll see. That's what you get for $1 billion when you renovate. It was Rooney, and up the left wing side with a shot right into the chest protector of Wall, who has had a relatively easy night. Thanks to Paul Gatt. Good to see you again, Paul, back in Toronto, and your first opportunity to call a game in this building, but not your first visit to Scotiabank Arena. Yep, played here a couple of times. Most memorable was with the national team. It was right before the 2014 Olympics in Sochi. Played the Americans. We lost that game, but we won the Olympics. So you also watched your brother play here. Yes, yeah. My brother, he was on a PTO with the Leafs. Can't remember what year that was. He played 1923. He played on so many teams. I couldn't keep track. I bug him all the time. Bit of a suitcase. Also played for the Marlies. And he's actually in Toronto and watching this game. Guest of Sportsnet 960 The Fan are a number of our fabulous partners around this trip. Great to see them. Kadri centering. Pospisil shoots the puck high and wide of Wall's net. As now Riley will clear it out. Ball knocks it down, but Holmberg will pick the pick up and work it up the left wing side to Nylander. Nylander trying to center it. His pass gets blocked, though. Puck comes back to McCabe, and he'll slap it in behind Vladar's net. If you're just joining us, sorry. Dustin Wolf got the start and was pulled following the first 40 minutes. Certainly not a game that should be hung on him. But Dan Vladar comes in to start the third. And too little, too late. Coleman with a shot wide of the net, held in left point by Bean, who feeds Frost. Frost stick handles in, gets forced behind the net by Domi. Domi will turn back to the blue line, tries to pass, but it's broken up by Robertson, and now McMahon will one-hand the puck out to center. Bean gives it to Coleman, tries to feed Frost, passes into his skates, though. And now Nylander, or make that Robertson, 89, not 88. Will drop it for McCabe as both teams change with now 2:23 to play in the third period. And the Leafs ahead by 5. McCabe will give it to Riley, who moves it just into the Flame zone, but Uyghur clears it out. Now Farabee will move it to Hunt. Crosses the blue line, chips it in and chases it. Riley back to get it. Clears it up the near boards, not out. Uyghur will give it to Sharon Govich. Puck ends up popping away from him, though, and Lawton will lug it out to the red line, where he gives it away to Sharon Govich. Sharon Govich then coughs it up, and now Lawton picks it up again and dumps it into the near corner. Hanley will circle in behind his net, but now less than 2 minutes to play in the hockey game. There's Hanley with a hard pass up the middle of the ice. Puck deflects right in on Wall, who swats it to Riley. He'll slide it up the right wing side. And now Carlo takes a big hit from Klapka along the near boards as the puck is pitchforked in by Rooney. Robertson back to get it. Will dish it off to Domi. And leaves it far side for Riley. Riley will bounce it off McMahon's stick. Man, the puck deflects over the glass and into the netting.
You want to hear one of the funniest parts of my day, though, here in Toronto?
Absolutely. I could use a little laugh right now, so I hope it's a funny story.
Well, it's not that. Well, I guess it's kind of funny. So I went to say hello to Bobby McMahon this morning after the morning skate in the Leafs dressing room, and he trains with one of my buddies, Adam Huxley, in Wainwright, Alberta, which is where he's from. And I said, it's nice to meet you. And he said, well, I've met you before. And I said, well, when? He said, I skated with you when I was 14 years old. You came out to Wainwright and you skated with our training group. So little did I know I had met Bobby McMahon and skated with him when he was just a teenager.
Pretty cool that he remembered you, though.
Yeah, it was really cool, but just kind of made me feel old.
I hear you. A lot of things make me feel old almost every day, Mick. This game's making me feel old. We are bringing it to you from the South Point Toyota broadcast booth. With hundreds of new Toyotas arriving daily, it's time to Toyota at South Point Toyota. Get financing as low as 0% OAC with 0 down and no payments until September 2025. Only for my friends at South Point Toyota. Well, a loss is a loss, and sometimes getting your butt kicked can be a good thing. I suspect the Flames will be a lot better in tomorrow night's game against the Rangers.
Now, I kind of had a feeling just with the way that the Leafs and Craig Berube were talking.
Yeah, here's a shot by Ball that deflects right into the net. They score. A little puck luck on St. Patrick's Day. Also a little too little, a little too late, as that point shot by Kevin Ball deflects by Joseph Wall, and with less than a minute remaining, the Flames stop the bleeding and make it 6-2.
Now it's a nice shot. Point shot by Kevin Ball, just kind of pinballs around. I mean, the Flames could have used a bounce or two like that earlier on. Actually ends up going off of
Scott Lawton.
That poor guy. He could use a bounce, but at the other end of the ice and right into the back of the net.
You know what the Flames could have used tonight? An offside challenge that didn't last 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Ultimately, they didn't deserve to be tied at 2, but if that goal stands, and the call on the ice was a good goal, I'm not sure how much longer they would have looked at that one. But when they overturned that call, it really did turn the tide tonight, and it's been all Maple Leafs ever since.
They could use their captain as well. They're really missing Michael Backlund.
Yeah, they're missing Connor Zary as well. But no excuses. You got to play better. Got to play with the hand you're dealt, as they say, Mick. Flames not dealt a great hand tonight. 7-2 offsuit. Or maybe I should say 6-2 offsuit, since that's the score with this game into the final 10 seconds now. There actually were quite a few Flames fans inside of Scotiabank Arena tonight. They will not head home happy as the Maple Leafs win this one going away. Similar story to what we watched, powered by Equus, delivering reliable power to businesses, farms, and homes in rural Alberta. Choose community, choose Equus. Join the province's largest power co-op at equs.ca. The third star, open scoring, what feels like about 100 years ago now with the way this game went, but didn't get the opening goal of this hockey game, and wound up with 1 goal and 1 assist for 2 points. He had 1 shot and attempt. Went 80% in the face-off circle and finished +3, playing an impactful 12 minutes and 14 seconds. Max Domi, tonight's third star. The second star wishes he could play against his hometown team every night, because he has been very productive in games against the Flames during his NHL career. Tonight, he finishes with 1 goal and 2 assists for 3 points, which gets him to 599 points on the career. He had 4 shots and 7 attempts, 1 block shot, and played 15 minutes and 49 seconds. William Nylander, tonight's second star. And the first star of the hockey game, another good night against the Flames. 2 goals and 1 assist for 3 points. He had 5 shots and 10 attempts. He won 76% of his faceoffs, playing 16 minutes and 56 seconds. Auston Matthews, tonight's first star. All right, let's head out to the Flames dressing room to get some post-game reaction. Pleased to be joined by Flames defenseman Joel Hanley. And Joel, I don't know about you, but this game reminded me a little bit of the first game between these two teams. The Maple Leafs and Flames were tight at Scotiabank Saddledome on February 4th, and then you guys got into some penalty trouble, and they kind of pulled away. They won that game 6-2. They win this, or 6-3. They win this game 6-2. Your thoughts on what happened here tonight?
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it was pretty similar. Obviously not the start we wanted to this road trip. We gave up three power play goals, and we knew they had a great power play, so one of our goals was to try to stay out of the box, and we weren't able to do that, and we weren't able to kill them off. So yeah, I think there's stuff we can take away from this game, but overall not the start we wanted to this road trip.
I've got to ask, and I know that at the end of the night this might not have made a difference, but it may have. So it looked like you guys had tied the game at 2 on a goal by Morgan Frost, and it would have been really cool for him to score in front of family and friends close to his hometown of Aurora tonight. There was a long review. It had to be 5 or 6 minutes, and then they decide they're going to overturn the call on the ice, and it goes from 2-2 to 2-1. Did you feel like that was a turning point at all in this game?
I think it could have been. Yeah, it was. Seeing him score in his hometown was awesome, and then it's unfortunate that they found enough evidence to overturn it. But yeah, I can't use it as an excuse. But I think looking back, you know what? If it was 2-2, you never know. So, but can't use it as an excuse.
Obviously a tough loss tonight. In a situation like this, Joel, are you happy that you get to play tomorrow night, or would you prefer to have a day between games to maybe simmer down a little bit?
No, I'm looking forward to tomorrow. I want to, I know this team can bounce back, and we have in the past, and we're a resilient group, and everyone believes that we can do it. So we just have to flush this one and then get ready for tomorrow.
Yeah, quick turnaround. You go from one hockey mecca to another. What's going to be important for the Flames against the Rangers at Madison Square Garden tomorrow night?
I think we have to get off to a good start there. It's a great building to play in, and we get off to a good start and see if we can score the first and keep going from there.
Joel, thanks for doing this after a tough loss. Appreciate your time. Best of luck to you and the guys bouncing back with a big win against the Rangers tomorrow.
Yep, thank you.
Joel Hanley joining us from outside the Flames dressing room. You could hear it in his voice, Mick. Disappointing performance here in Toronto tonight, and the Flames lose by a final score of 6-2. I don't know about you, but for me, it's less about the score. A win's a win, a loss is a loss. More about the way the team played tonight. I would say not good enough from the get-go, and certainly not disciplined enough. A couple of things that Joel touched on.
Well, I actually think it starts with their morning skate today, which was quite sloppy, if I'm being honest. And, thinking back to that, that's where your preparation really starts, is just making sure you're on point right from the morning. But yeah, I would agree. A lot of missed passes, a lot of plays where they let guys get in behind them, odd man rushes. You're undisciplined, ending up in the penalty box because you're not moving your feet, you're chasing it. A lot of things that they need to clean up. I think the good thing is this is very uncharacteristic of them, and they will know that. And like Joel Hanley said, they're a team. They've bounced back before, and they have the confidence that they can do that tomorrow night.
I can literally count on one hand the number of really bad games the Flames have played this year, and this would be one of 4 or 5 for me. So I expect them to bounce back just like you do. Taking a look at some final numbers from tonight, Calgary does outshoot Toronto 12-3 in the third period. The Maple Leafs outshoot the Flames 29-25 in the hockey game. Special teams really does tell the story tonight, and I know that it probably shouldn't have been close, but it was close until the Maple Leafs started scoring all those power play goals in the second period. The Flames could not capitalize on any of their power plays. They go 0 for 4 on the power play built by Holmes by Avi. On the flip side, the Maple Leafs a perfect 3 for 3 on the power play tonight. And Mick, just to put that in perspective, the Flames had gone 21 for 22 on the power play in their last 7 games, and were an NHL high 95.5% on the PK in the month of March. So the PK goes from red hot to ice cold in a hurry here tonight. The Flames finish 0 for 3 on the penalty kill, powered by Wolf Cadillac Calgary. Take advantage of grand opening specials, including credit offers of up to $20,000 on select new 2024 models at Wolf Cadillac Calgary's brand new standalone dealership at 756 101 Street Southwest, just off of Stony Trail and Old Banff Coach Road. So Joel Hanley just told us he's glad the Flames are going to play tomorrow night. He wants an opportunity to bounce back. What's coming up next for the guys, Mick?
Well, Mackenzie Weegar and the Flames will continue their 4-game road trip tomorrow when they'll take to the ice at Madison Square Garden in New York City, where they'll play Artemi Panarin and the Rangers. Live from our downtown studio, Pat will host Flames warm-up at 4 p.m. before Derek and I take over the call of the game from the South Point Toyota broadcast booth at 5 Mountain Time.
Pat might be on the air until 4 a.m. today with how this game went. People like to text in and call in, maybe more so after a tough loss than after a big win, so it could be a long night for Mr. Steinberg. And on that note, Pat is standing by at our downtown studio and ready, or at least as ready as you can be, to host tonight's interactive Flames Talk postgame show, which is coming up next. You can participate by sending
NHL, 7 p.m. Boston Bruins take on the Buffalo Sabres. Bruins on XM219 Internet 921, Sabres on Internet 922. 7 p.m., Columbus Blue Jackets face the New Jersey Devils. Jackets on XM221 Internet 927, Devils on Internet 936. 7 p.m., Tampa Bay Lightning take on the Philadelphia Flyers. Lightning on XM220 Internet 945, Flyers on Internet 940. 7:30 p.m., Toronto Maple Leafs host the Calgary Flames. Leafs on Sirius XM Channels 91 Internet 946, Flames on Internet 923. 8 p.m., Minnesota Wild face the LA Kings. Wild on XM222 Internet 933, Kings on Internet 932. For 24/7 coverage of the NHL season and hockey across the world, keep it locked on Sirius XM NHL Network Radio, Channel 91. I'm Frank Trachtenberg with your Sirius XM NHL schedule for Monday, March the 17th. All times are Eastern, and please remember, all games, times, and channels are subject to change. Check SiriusXM.com for the latest updates. In the NHL, 7 p.m., Boston Bruins take on the Buffalo Sabres. Bruins on XM219 Internet 921, Sabres on Internet 922. 7 p.m., Columbus Blue Jackets face the New Jersey Devils. Jackets on XM221 Internet 927, Devils on Internet 936. 7 p.m., Tampa Bay Lightning take on the Philadelphia Flyers. Lightning on XM220 Internet 945, Flyers on Internet 940. 7:30 p.m., Toronto Maple Leafs host the Calgary Flames. Leafs on Sirius XM Channels 91 Internet 946, Flames on Internet 923. 8 p.m., Minnesota Wild face the LA Kings. Wild on XM222 Internet 933, Kings on Internet 932. For 24/7 coverage of the NHL season and hockey across the world, keep it locked on Sirius XM NHL Network Radio, Channel 91. I'm Frank Trachtenberg with your Sirius XM NHL schedule for Monday, March the 17th.
Sirius XM has soccer covered end to end. Sirius XM FC. Hear live play-by-play and talk shows hosted by legends of the game. It's Sirius XM FC on Channel 157.
Former owner of the Colorado Avalanche, Charlie Lyons, had 7 days to figure out how to keep Joe Sakic from joining the New York Rangers back in '97, and he stopped by Sirius XM NHL Network Radio with Steve Koulias to talk about how a little film called Air Force One helped him feel more confident in the face of this chaos and keep Sakic.
Okay. Coincident with that, we were releasing Air Force One. I had another company, Beacon Communications, run by two terrific film producers, Armin Bernstein and Mark Abraham. And we had decided to make a big movie. There's no guarantee how those things work out, but it was, everything came together. Wolfgang Peterson, Harrison Ford, terrific script by Andrew Marlowe. And it was pure joy. And it came out and was one of the most successful movies of all time, leading R-rated release in history. So you're feeling kind of good about things. And what that did was it created some confidence when you get cold-cocked like this. A really successful organization, Jim Cronin, Art Aaron, Tim Romani, who had built Kaminsky Park, to sort of huddle and say, okay, what do we do with this? Do we want 5 draft picks? What are we going to do without Joe? Well, that was an idiot test, right? What are you going to do without Joe? You're going to end up in the toilet. And Joe was, somebody that Pierre saw as a potential successor for him when he was no longer interested in being the president of the team. And so there was so much at stake. In essence, what you do, you bang around like a pinball for about 3 days trying to figure out where the restroom is. But then you get your act together and you say, okay, well, let's not waste this crisis. What would we need to do to put ourselves, the company, in the best position to feel smart about matching this offer? And the answer was pretty simple. You're not going to take money from the film company and pay a professional athlete, say, thanks for, you've grown up, Beacon, you've done a great job, and as a prize, we're going to take all your money away and play a hockey player. That wouldn't happen. But what that did is it allowed me to pick up the phone and call the mayor and say,